Physicians Group in Scottsdale. Our doctors are experts in full spectrum healthcare using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men and women's health. We help people find relief when other doctors have failed. Our naturopathic doctors can restore your pain-free life using cutting-edge regenerative treatments. We can also help restore balance to your immune, digestive, and hormonal systems. Addressing your cause can also improve both mental and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working for you, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call us. We're the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, Arizona at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161, or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
80% of youth in Arizona don't drink, smoke, or use drugs. Want to know the reason why? It's you. Kids say not disappointing their parents is one of the main reasons they choose not to drink or use drugs. Visit talknowaz.com, because while you might worry you aren't getting through, you are. Keep it up and stay up to date about the latest Arizona drug trends at talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257 CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Mornings are better with Wake Up Call with Tony and Ron. Weekday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. Randy is off doing Randy things, but Ralph from Harmon Solar has joined us. Keon Rose is with us. In the control room is, I guess, somebody who thinks haircuts are optional. What's this kid's name in there again? There's this some.
It's right there on the screen. Man.
Is it Take Your Kid to Work Day here? What's going on here?
Well, I mean, who's kids?
No, I'm kidding. That's Jason. He's training to do other things. He's not taking over for Keon, as far as Keon knows. We haven't had a meeting yet, but he's just learning the board in there. So we figured if things are going to go sideways, might as well be a Friday show. It may as well be a day like today.
Well, that's when it always happens.
Hey, Ralph, how you doing? Dodgers are 4 back behind the Diamondbacks. What's new? Oh, can't hear Ralph because you got to hit that button. Do you have that in the A and B in there, by the way? Or does it need to be? Talk to me, Ralph. Now he's just screwing with us.
Yeah, we just see his mouth moving.
All right, go help him. Go help him. That's why I told you, leave the door open. 888-368-1580. Ralph is on a giant ranted tirade right now. I'll have the dump button ready for when we get that figured out. Are you sure your thing is connected, Ralph? Can you hear us? Everything okay? Yeah, I think if you can hear me saying that, then I know you're okay. Anyway, Navy Brad says, happy Friday, Jeffrey, Keon, sir. New guy looks like Justin Bieber, by the way. Yeah, a little bit. Now we got Ralph. Ralph, don't screw with your cords. He says you're on now. No, they lied. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Oh, so this is all about you, Ralph. You've done something wrong in there. Something's happened. Oh, well. Wilbur says Ralph has never sounded so good. It makes me wonder if I need to go in there and do some things or something.
I mean, I don't know what you would do. You know, yeah. He's on the line he's supposed to be on, and
how about now?
Hey, it was you after all.
Nope, blame the new guy.
You can't blame the new guy. Nobody touched any.
Absolutely his fault.
Is your son in there playing with the cords and the buttons again? Is that what's happening?
I can't talk about it.
The funny thing is, it'd be cute if he was like 4 years old, 5 years old,
20.
All right, so the new guy is sitting in there going, "Oh God, thank God it wasn't me. Oh God." Jagdog says, I couldn't hear Ralph, and that was the best sentence I've heard all day.
So Jagdog, Mr. Roper, suck it.
Yeah. What? No, wait, don't say that. They didn't do anything. Well, no, that's fair. No, they did say something to you. I probably need to get Ralph a little bit louder. Can't believe I said that out loud. Walter Mellon says, hey, does Jason, the new guy, like Ralph? Because he's already messing with him. I wondered about that for a moment, but he doesn't know Ralph enough to know that he can mess with him. So Anyway, so back to what I had said. Diamondbacks still hanging around. Now, I'm not bragging. I'm just reporting. I'm not going to jinx the Diamondbacks like I think we did last week. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. But how's it feel to be where you're at right now, Ralph?
Feels pretty good, actually, with all the injuries we have. I'm pretty happy about it. So, not worried whatsoever.
I knew he'd say something.
No, I mean, it's reality, right?
Thought he was going to throw that whole trophies thing at us again.
No, they're not getting polished. We're
Yeah.
good.
Oh, boy. I bet you're polishing your trophies.
That's what Randy's doing right now. He's polishing my trophies.
Oh, wow. If he's moonlighting, I'd like to know about this.
You know, he got to make money somehow. So,
Blissel Hayes says, I thought the new guy's name was Carl. Yeah, that was just a lie. I completely made that up. Just, I don't know how you haven't figured that part out, that I just make stuff up sometimes.
yes, you do.
One of these days, we might meet Jason, but not today. He has to really focus on what he's doing, because he's learning. And now he's doing this show, which on a good day ain't easy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, who's gonna pour people beer? Did you teach him how to? Is he even allowed to at 16 years old?
See, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
That's illegal.
So I didn't open the bar.
Okay, so now I guess we aren't serving any booze today, ladies and gentlemen. He's too young to serve. Does he know the other buttons? Like when we do on this day in Big Georgia sports history?
During the commercial break, I will
Wow.
get us up to speed there.
We're letting him just sitting there by himself, and he hasn't even trained yet.
I mean, he's trained a little.
Jesus. All right, that's cool.
You guys are organized. That's good.
Big George. Oh, well, I like to delegate things, and I just fool myself that people know what they're doing. Big George says, I like Quiet Ralph. It's better than the alternative. Mars Bars 805 says, happy faded Friday, guys. And I'll take an 805. You won't. No, you won't. Not unless we figure out how to pour beer from in here. And he says many things I won't repeat except for go Dimebacks. And so anyway, all right. So let's talk about some things that happened last night. One of them was Wake Forest. I thought for sure was going to the College World Series, and then they weren't. LSU, number 5 beat number 1, and now we have it all set up for you for the Men's College World Series. First game here on 1580 Fanatic tomorrow at 3:45 p.m. And so here's what I'd like to see happen. I'd like to see LSU win a game, and I'd like to see Florida win a game.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means we get Monday off.
Fingers crossed.
Not
Looking
gonna
forward
happen.
to it.
It's not going to happen.
So what do you think is going to happen, Ralph?
Florida win both games.
Why can you just
Look, you guys barely work as it is. Yeah.
Oh, see, your internet barely works as it is. He just went.
Yeah, no, Ralph doesn't know his internet's not.
His
not working
internet
right
just
now.
went. We lost you. Are you back?
I'm back.
No.
I said 3 hours if you even show up. So come on.
Wait a minute. Radio Ron says, I've rated Jeffrey's whiskey and unclaimed beer stash. Drinks for everyone. I'm at the station right now. Are you here? Go see if he's here. If he's here, I want my whiskey back. Nobody's brave enough. I'll send the new guy. Hey, new guy, go get my whiskey back from the owner of the radio station. Don't take no for an answer. Blissel Hayes, I can't. Can you teach him how to pour the drinks?
Yeah.
These people aren't
All
going
right.
to listen.
All right.
I think that since they're radio drinks, it's going to be okay. Yeah. Big George, as our legal counsel for the Daily Blender here on 1580 Fanatic, has assured me that since these alcoholic drinks are not real, that it is there's no problem there. You can push the buttons. So they're in spirit. These are booze in spirit. Radio Ron's got booze that's real. And I got to take that home. 888-368-1580. All right. So were you just jerking me around here on the whole Florida thing, or do you know something?
No, Florida's a very good team. They're going to sweep that.
What happened to Wake Forest? Just bad game?
That's just a bad game. They should be there against Florida. If Wake Forest gets there, you probably got Monday off. But I think this is going to be 1-2 done.
All right. I just need each team to win a game. That's all I need.
I mean, it's possible, but I doubt it.
All right. Well, it is what it is. It's good in some ways, it's bad in the others, but that is set. And of course, you will hear the College World Series on Saturday, Sunday, possibly Monday here on 1580, The Fanatic. Let's talk about what happened last night with the NBA draft. Didn't think it mattered. Didn't think we had anything going on. And of course, we didn't. Not in the first round, but kind of felt like we had nothing going on in the second round. And then all of a sudden, something pops up on my Twitter. Hey, by the way, the Suns just picked up Tumani Kamara out of Dayton, and he's 6'8", and he's a center. And I'm like, ooh, the plot thickens. What happened? Was it just where the Wizard said, you can have this one?
Well, yeah, no, that's actually the lone pick that the Suns control.
You didn't tell me about this. I thought they had nothing.
No, from the draft.
And everyone else on Twitter thought they had nothing. Everybody out there's like, wait, what? We get something?
Yeah, when I was reading off those picks, the second round pick for the Suns in this draft, the Suns had
mighty generous of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, to not take that one, but all the other ones. Yeah, between the Wizards and the Nets, though, for the next 7 years, just forget about the second round picks. You don't have those.
So we don't have really any picks.
Well, you do have first round picks. It's just you don't have control of them.
Right. So you either have you're going to get the lower one, no matter what. You'll have the lower of those picks.
Yeah, which isn't going to be relevant, in the next couple of years, but years after that, depending on how this whole thing goes, with where Durant is at, in his contract and in his abilities, because he's 35 now. Is Durant going to be the same Durant at 37, 38? So that's when the Wizards are hoping to cash in on those pick swaps.
All right. Well, so they're banking on us being bad later.
Yeah.
And of course, with Ishbia spending money, like he's won the lottery, which I think he did, then maybe that never happens. Maybe the Wizards never get anything good out of any of this ever.
Maybe. It's certainly a gamble, but for them, it's a worthwhile gamble because they need to start their rebuild, and that's one way that you can do it.
All right. So tell me about Tumani Kamara from Dayton, Ohio.
Already, power forward center. He's a big guy, moves really well for a big guy. And I think the interesting thing about him is that he's a shooter, which is kind of important for this team because there's going to be open shots. And I think that one of the things the Suns struggled with last season was having guys that were just consistently knocking down open shots when Booker was getting those double teams, when Durant was getting those double teams. And now you're going to probably see some a little bit with Beal as well. You need guys that are going to consistently make shots, and he can do that.
Is he any good? I mean, let's be honest. No, don't sugarcoat it. You just told me a bunch of stuff about him when he's playing, college ball. But
yeah, he's a solid player, and I think also just the fact that, he's not, a freshman one and done kind of guy, also helps because I don't think the Suns have the timeline to sit there and wait for a guy to develop.
So he's 6'8", so he's not this big towering fella, that's going to just go in there and give Jokic the business or anything.
No, he's more of a power forward guy.
He's not a center.
But is he got the moves? Does he have? He's kind of big for a power forward. So does he have the ability to move around on the court? Quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
is he a lumbering 6'8"?
He's definitely not
nimble?
not a lumberer. He moves really well. And again, that's part of something that could fit with the Suns, because I don't think that if you have Ayton out there, that you need another guy sitting there like occupying space. Like you're going to need somebody that's going to be more of a stretch four, which is what he's going to be.
All right. So now, am I saying his name right? Tumani?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a first. I won't. I promise I won't do that again. That was quite by accident right there.
That's pretty impressive.
So now we got Tumani Kamara. We can just go ahead and unload DeAndre Ayton now, right?
Well, no, because he's 6'8", and at 6'8", that's not. He's going to get.
Well, how tall is DeAndre Ayton? Really?
7 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
It's his one.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Worthwhile quality is that he is 7 feet tall.
Easy. Jason goes to public school. That's 4 inches shorter than DeAndre Ayton is Tumani. 4 inches.
Didn't we all go to public school?
No. Well, yeah, not here. So, yeah, let's be honest. 888-368-1580. Walter Mellon says, do you guys think this will push DeAndre Ayton to play more aggressively, or do you think this pick is his replacement and he's definitely on the chopping block now? Well, Keon just answered that question and said
no. They don't have a similar game. They don't have similar size. Like at 6'8", that's a small ball lineup center, but that's not the guy that you would start as your starting center. And also a guy you draft in the second round. I don't care what you think of DeAndre Ayton. He's not getting outplayed by a second rounder year one.
From Dayton.
I feel like, I feel like he's kind of Jock Landale-ish inside. How tall was Jock Landale? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I love Jock Landale. I don't know if he's still even with us, to be honest. But I loved how he had aggression and he was pestering on defense. And, you know, he was just making some things happen. And he was frustrating Jokic. You know,
Landale 6'11".
All right, well, screw that. Never mind. I don't know what we're doing with this Tumor Camara guy. I mean, can I call him Tumor? I think I'm going to call him Tumor.
If you want to, I guess. But no, I mean, with you need shooters. He's going to be able to come in and at the very least knock down open shots, which is important when you have the sort of big three model that the Suns are going with, which means you need a bunch of role players and bench guys that basically just supplement.
Yeah, and really he's a low cost bench guy until he's not. So
yeah, and if he pans out into something, great. Now you've got
Why are you shaking your head, Ralph? What is your problem?
No, I mean, you're talking about this guy like he's something. He's nothing.
I'm not talking about like he's anything. I'm asking questions.
He's a second round pick that may play 10 minutes all year. I mean, he's nothing.
He could turn into something.
No, he won't.
When was Michael Jordan drafted? Which round?
The first one.
Oh, damn. When was Magic Johnson drafted?
First pick?
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
when was Wilt Chamberlain? Help me here. Help me.
I don't know.
help
Nikola Jokic?
Yeah, when was Nikola Jokic drafted? When I hit the counter, I killed your microphone. Keep talking.
I mean, I can't keep talking. I don't have a microphone.
Well, I can hear you. It's just really weird.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be in and out here while he works on fixing the microphone.
So I can take over the show. We can make this the anti-sun hour.
There
we go.
Okay.
He's
jump to that
plugged in.
other mic potential. Okay, am I clear? I think I sound clear.
I can hear you now.
I'm not going to touch nothing now for a second.
All right. So here's the thing, though. I mean, they're second round guys. I'm not saying that everybody's going to be a Nikola Jokic. That's like a once in a lifetime thing. But Draymond Green, second rounder. You know, like that you can find guys in the second round who can contribute. Like that's what you're trying to do. You're not trying to find stars there. Can the kid make open threes when he's open? Yeah, that's what I'm saying that he does.
When he's open.
Yes, he's going to be open.
Can the kid make open threes when he's open?
Well, I can't make an open three when I'm open, Ralph.
I mean, it's just. I mean, look, that's all it is. You have a guy. Can he supplement what you're doing? I think he can do that. I'm not saying that he's and is he going to play 10 minutes all year? Probably not, because the Suns don't have a bench right now. He'll probably play more than maybe they want him to.
You got to think they're going to put a bench together. I mean, DeAndre Ayton's going to be there because nobody wants him, so he's probably going to be there. They've tried to move him. Nobody's interested.
So
not for what they want.
What did the Lakers end up getting?
They got a point guard.
Yeah, you did. Jalen Hood Schifino.
Yeah,
from Indiana.
A point guard that can shoot threes, and yeah, we'll see.
And he's a good athlete. I like him. I think as a prospect, he's really, really interesting. And I also think that the Lakers are tired of picking up guys that play point guard that either can't shoot or can't consistently make the winning plays. You know, D'Angelo Russell can shoot, but like every now and then he just kind of the controller disconnects from the Xbox and who knows what he's doing.
Oh, too soon.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. There's no such thing as too soon. That was just,
damn it, I didn't even know.
Weren't even thinking about how that sub was run by an Xbox controller, were you? Oh, Keon. Moist One says, look at how many undrafted players contributed for the Heat. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah, undrafted and second round guys. If you develop them, they're not going to be superstars. Not everybody's going to turn into Draymond and Jokic, but they'll contribute to your team. Yeah.
Hey, Lost Toby wants to know if today is bring your kid to work day. Hey, he's not my kid. He's not Keon's kid. Ralph's never even met him, but I mean, Ralph has a bunch of kids he hasn't met yet.
Yeah, it's true.
Big George says Keon has nice things to say about everybody. You know, everybody in this draft. He always starts his analysis by saying, I like this guy. Is there anybody you don't like, Keon?
I mean, sure. I wasn't a big fan of Cam Whitmore.
I hate this son of a
I
bitch,
saw-
Cam
I
Whitmore.
saw him.
I hope
fall
he
in the
dies on
draft.
fire.
I mean, look, I root for everybody, and when someone's a prospect, if you ask me about what they are and what they can do, yeah, I'm going to start with what they can do, and then if you want to know the negatives, the downsides, I'll give you that as well. But usually we talk about top picks, top prospects.
Okay.
So of course I like a lot of them.
I don't like Scoot Henderson
Why don't you like Scoot?
because of his name. It just
Okay.
bugs me.
I mean, then-
Nobody should be named Scoot.
How about the Twins? You like the Twins?
I don't like the Twins.
I
I hate
They
the
look like they're
Twins.
12.
That's why they look 12, and one of them looks angry all the time. I don't
So,
like that. I don't know
I-
which one it is.
I like the attributes that I have. I'm scared of where they came from.
Everybody in this draft looks 12.
well, okay.
That's just because you and I are very old
Now
now.
we're getting really old because they all look like they're younger than Jason.
I mean,
I don't get it.
they all look very young to me too, and I try to ignore that.
I've
fact while I
never
was
seen
watching.
that in a draft before. I
But-
was like, is it
well,
me? Or?
Well, I mean, it's the one and done guys, a lot of them, and then of course you've got G League guys. You got guys coming from Europe, so they're on the younger side of 18 or 19 when they make it to the draft. So yeah, I mean, they're all really, really young.
And then when the hats don't cover the head and they're up on top of the head.
Oh, that's because they're
I-
trying not to mess up their due.
That one guy, I can't remember. He was drafted really early. He has
Anthony Black
yeah,
had the
yeah.
biggest afro imaginable, and then tried to put a hat
Right.
on top of it.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
Poor
think
guy.
of anything about
I-
him I didn't like. Now
And
there's that.
his
I don't
brother
like
did
that.
too, so.
But with the twins, Amen and Asar Thompson, they've got a lot of things about them that are really interesting. But they went to Overtime Elite, which is this new thing, this new basketball camp, and I don't know what the competition's like over there. I like that. They're very athletic, but I don't know what they can do because they didn't play anybody in Europe. They didn't play anybody in college. They didn't go to the G League and play high level competition. So I have no clue. They're just giant question marks.
So is that more like IMG or is that like a non-scholastic kind of
It's
thing?
a non-scholastic thing. Like they go there and all they do is play basketball and of course do social media because that's how Overtime Elite makes money. So that's the whole giant scheme of the whole thing. And they're the first two to come out of there. And if both of them stink, that Overtime Elite's dead.
Yeah. I just realized something.
Yeah.
Jason, who's learning how to run the board in there. He looks like Grady Dick. You look like a dick.
Oh, what's
He looks like Grady Dick. No, Grady Dick has got the same kind of haircut as Jason does right now.
Let me pull
I'm
the
looking at the
up.
little picture there. They got it's swooped over the same side. It's in both their eyes. It's
Are you
they're like
trying to
they're
get him
both
to quit?
they're both kind of like sheepdog. It's kind of you ever see that that cartoon? And he'd pull up the little thing so you could see, and then he'd punch the coyote. Yeah,
I do remember.
yeah, and then they would clock in and out of beating the hell out of each other. It was like their job.
Okay, I can see it.
See what I'm saying?
I can see it. Not gonna lie.
Grady Dick looks to me. I worry that playing basketball might cut into his Instagram time or his TikTok time. It's just all he does is dance and make dumb videos. Have you? Somebody posted up like a compilation of his. I mean, okay, he can dance.
He can dance, yeah.
But
Which for a kid from Kansas, that's
I mean,
That's not the
impressive.
kid without the shirt, was it?
No, I don't think
that's
so.
Will Levis. That's what you're thinking. I mean, Grady Dick should be out there, shooting some hoops instead of dancing all the time. Do you think Kobe danced around on video all the time? No, he went out and he practiced. And he
Well,
practiced some more.
The Grady Dick is in the lottery of this draft precisely because he spent a lot of time playing basketball too and shooting. He can really shoot the
This
lights
Dick
out.
needs to play more basketball.
Like he's okay. I think he's on the right track, is what I'm saying.
He's the Raptors' problem now. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, he's in Canada.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, a little bit more on the draft and NBA stuff. We're going to talk a little Major League Baseball, and then hopefully we'll get to some football. I know I try every day. I'm going to start leading with football because I just can't ever seem to get there.
Never make it.
That's all right. We'll do our best. It's Friday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves are the favorites to win the World Series at plus 370, while the Tampa Bay Rays, leaders in the American League, are plus 450. The Dodgers, who are currently residing in third place in the NL West, are plus 470, while the Houston Astros, the defending World Series champions, third in the AL West, are plus 950. The Texas Rangers on top of the West in the American League are plus 1,000, and the New York Yankees are plus 1,600. The Cincinnati Reds, who are on top of the NL Central after an 11-game win streak, are plus 12,000. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
Would you like to access some of the equity in your home without refinancing? No reason to refinance and lose that great low rate that you have on your current mortgage. Desert Equity Lending can get you the home equity line of credit you've been looking for. It's fast, it's easy, and it may not even require tax returns. That's right. We can use bank statements to qualify you. Most banks require at least 2 years of tax returns and many other supporting documents. When the big banks say no, we say yes. You can have your home equity line in as little as 15 days. We have a simplified process that helps get you a home equity line of credit in half the time using half the documentation that the big banks require. It's never been easier. Call now, 602-509-3000. That's 602-509-3000. Find out just how easy it is to get a home equity line of credit without jumping through all the hoops at a big bank. Call Desert Equity Lending at 602-509-3000. 602-509-3000. Desert Equity Lending MV 0906989 NMLS number NMLS 1733669. Conditions and restrictions apply.
We're going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel
and started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
New schedule, new season, new direction. This year, the Cardinals will travel over 25,000 miles. They will do battle against Bears, Browns, Texans, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Eagles, Steelers, and Commanders on the road. They will face the Bengals, Cowboys, Giants, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, Falcons, and Ravens at home. Think there won't be drama? When it comes to Arizona Cardinals football, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So the NBA draft came and went. We ended up with a little present under the tree we did not expect. And we opened that present, and we'll see what we get here in a couple of months. But the Victor Wembanyama, you remember Star Wars? I can't remember which movie. But that little Yoda fellow was sitting there, and I think he's getting ready to kick the bucket. And he looks like he's in there, or maybe he was talking to the ghost of Obi-Wan. I don't know. Oh, that was brave. Hitting the cough button. You sure that even your mic works now?
I sure hope so. But I had to cough, and it was
expert use of the cough button. Anyway, so then I don't know if he was talking to Obi-Wan Kenobi or remember white guy Jesus, or if he was talking to whiny ass Luke Skywalker. But they were talking about there is another, and then I think it's when he dies or something. I don't know.
I don't remember actually.
Maybe I'm thinking of another movie. Anyways, but there is another. So Victor Wembanyama there's a couple of others. One of them is his brother who he plays ball, and he's 6'7". He's 16 years old. His name is Oscar, which Oscar Victor, and his sister Eve. Yeah, I thought it'd rhyme with or they have a tur at the end of it, but I guess there's no girls' names that do that.
That's disappointing.
But Oscar is 16 years old, and he's 6'7" already.
Jeez.
Yeah. So who knows? If you ask Kendrick Perkins, he's grown 6 inches already since last time we talked. You haven't heard about that?
I've not heard that, but that is unfortunate wording there. Perk, what are you doing, man?
No. He so Kendrick Perkins is over there on the dumbass Espen, right? And they're talking about. I threw away the things. I didn't think we were going to talk about it, but now I think no, we need to talk about it because that's how dumb this guy is. Hold on. ESPN, he's on there, and I guess he fell for some stuff that was happening. Actually, I think Andre Iguodala.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah, Andre Iguodala. Well, here what happened was is he saw somebody saying that somebody had grown. Here it is. Let's see. That Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, Jonathan Kuminga. Oh
yeah.
No!
Yeah,
did he fall for that?
Yeah. So what happened was somebody said, yeah, I heard a rumor that Jonathan Kuminga had grown to 7 foot, and then Andre Iguodala goes, dude is 7'2" now, and they're just joking. They're kidding. The guy is 6'7". And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. But so here comes Kendrick Perkins. He sees that and is like, oh, this is news. And he goes on the ESPN live and says, well, the reports are coming in that he has grown to 7'2" over the summer.
I like Kendrick Perkins because he's fun and he's got the old school NBA mentality, which just makes for great TV. But good Lord, that guy doesn't research anything, nothing at all. And it just... ESPN's got to do something about him. That is terrible.
Lastovi says, Andre, don't lie. He's 7'2" now. I'm not reading it the way he sent it to me. So anyway, back to Victor Wembanyama's brother, Oscar, who is actually 6'7". And by the time he's old enough to be drafted, I'm sure he'll be at height as well. The only question is, does this kid play basketball? And you're thinking, well, one guy in a family doesn't mean everybody in the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eve Wembanyama, she's 6'1". She plays for Monaco in France, and she represents France in FIBA 3-on-3 basketball, meaning she's good at basketball. She, back in April, she had 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists.
Oh,
just saying, it runs in the damn family.
Yeah, I mean, there's some families that do it. I mean, granted, that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody in the family is a starter.
No, I didn't say that.
But you got Giannis and his brother, his brother Thanos.
Not everybody. Is his name really Thanos?
No, it's Thanasis.
Oh, I was going to say, no, it's Thanos now. There's a good chance. I mean, not everybody named LeBron James's kid is probably going to be amazing. Michael Jordan's kids are just kind of about worthless, right? But
as far as basketball goes, yeah.
LeBron James's kids seem like they're coming around. So, it's not too far of a jump to say if Victor is playing and if Eve is playing, that Oscar might play.
And we actually had 2 twin brothers in this draft get taken one after the other. So
yeah, Amen and Avery. I don't know his name.
Asar,
sure, whatever.
Amen.
I knew one of them's name was Amen. I don't know. So the Amen and Asar went 4 and 5 in a row, and you got to be. You have to be a little surprised at the Detroit Pistons taking Asar when, you had Anthony Black sitting right there.
When they had Anthony Black sitting right there, they needed a guard, and they went out and got another forward. And I don't know that helps them.
You know that Asar Thompson is listed as a shooting guard.
Yeah. But he's a wing player. Like I don't know. He didn't play like a guard to me. He didn't play like, get to your spot, shoot the basketball. He was really kind of amorphous in how he played. There's a whole lot of different things that he could do. He's the weaker of the 2 brothers to me. Amen it's pretty clear what his skill set is. I thought that
Asar went too high. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I think they both went too high. You're sitting here saying
it depends on how you feel about the overtime elite thing. Yeah.
It sounds like it's a very untested thing. So they really didn't go against great competition.
Yeah, I think when the scouts look at it, they're trying to see if they can identify, do these guys have, elite NBA traits. That, I mean, the competition helps you identify that kind of stuff.
Of course. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you can't see it, even if it's not there.
You can see potential, of course.
Yeah,
but
and I
a
think
top 5 pick.
And I think that's what because they're incredible athletes. Like that's how they got to be there.
I mean, is the draft that week that these two are a top 5 pick?
No, actually, the draft was pretty damn deep.
Right? I don't know.
So what gives, man? What gives?
Honestly, I think it's just the scouts are looking at it and going, look, we see the elite NBA athleticism and playmaking and those abilities. So we're going to take the risk. And that's where we are right now. Because you kind of have to in the NBA. Because if you don't get a star, you're toast.
So you notice in the first round of the NBA draft that the Kobe flood is starting?
Yeah, I saw that.
2 Kobe's.
Yep.
Next year it'll be 4 or 5. The year after that it's gonna be 10 or 15. There's gonna be Kobe's coming out your wazoo because I think this matches up to when Kobe hit the league.
I think what was it, a few years ago? We had the flood of Shaqs.
Yeah,
had a few Shaqs in the league
NFL too.
Yeah.
So here come the Kobe's, and I think it's going to mean a lot less now. And some kids when they are out there playing basketball, anytime they hit a shot, Kobe, and even when they brick one because they think it's going in, Kobe. They keep just hearing people shout that. Now, when more people are named Kobe, it's going to sort of dilute the whole Kobe thing.
Yeah, I mean, and you say Kobe, someone's going to go, do you mean Bryant or Buffkin?
No, you always mean Bryant.
Yeah.
Always.
Why not Brown?
Nope.
So, then you're like, all right, someday they're going to be saying my name. No, they're not Oliver Maxence Prosper. They're not. They're just not. You may have a fine career. Nobody's yelling their name when they hit a 3. Oliver Maxence Prosper. Nobody's doing that. They're just not.
I can't imagine why not.
It's a lot to say, really. So, this Bilal Cuckoo Belly. What is it?
Bilal
from France.
Oh, same last name as Tua, huh?
And he plays Tua Tagovailoa. It's very different than Bilal. So Bilal, if I can call him that, Bilal played with Victor Wembanyama, right?
Yeah, they were teammates.
Okay, and so is he just getting there because he knows the guy, or is he really that good?
Well, it's more of a think Anthony Richardson with your Colts. There's a lot of upside there, but like he just hit a growth spurt in the last few months, and so everybody saw, okay, he's got a lot of smarts. He's
kind of high to take him at 7 for the Pacers, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, the Wizards actually swapped picks with them, so he's a Wizard now.
Oh, congratulations!
But yeah, no, it was kind of high, but like not really, because a lot of teams just had him moving up the draft board over the last couple of weeks. Even just they would work him out and they'd go, okay, there's something special about this kid. And they would move him up a little bit more and move him up a little bit more. So where he wound up was a little higher than I thought, but not much higher.
All right. Well, if you have any other notes on the NBA draft, I'm willing to hear them, but I'm losing interest because the Suns aren't in it. So
I'm interested in seeing where this class goes because there are so many guys that I actually did like that I saw play in college and various places. And so like, this is a draft class that I think I'm going to go back to and check where they are, which I only do with the ones that I think are really, really good and the ones I think that are really, really bad, because that's also interesting.
Let me ask you about Derek Lively II. Is he really good?
He is really good.
He got taken 12th. I don't know who by, because I can't see the logo very well. I don't know. Don't even care. So this Derek Lively II, was his dad a famous NBA player?
I don't think so.
We don't need the second on there.
Because he was the second.
Derek, we don't need the second on there. Nobody's getting you confused with your dad. If your dad is just, it's like
maybe somebody is.
I mean, if he's over there at the feed store, nobody's confusing you.
Store.
I don't know. It's Oklahoma, so I just immediately went there. You know what I'm saying? We don't need you to say you're junior or senior if your dad ain't done nothing. You know what I mean?
But your dad is,
Wow.
I mean, wow. Like your dad,
Wow.
only if you're a professional athlete.
Yes.
There's some people who are just proud
No,
of their parents.
Don't
and
make
so-
me say more syllables if your daddy's nobody.
Well, you don't have to say the second every time, but it
Or
can be on the
junior.
jersey.
I don't want to say junior. I don't want to say
You don't-
second.
you don't have
third,
to.
Fourth.
If we know, okay, this is the
Hey,
only guy.
Jamie Jaquez Jr. Never heard. Have we heard of your dad? No, you're Jamie Jaquez. That's all you are. Jaquez, whatever. I'm just saying, Nick Smith. Nick, who's your dad?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
This conversation is just going in the wrong place.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. It just seems weird because there are people who matter beyond the people who did sports. It's not about confusing you.
Not in
Let
Jeff's
them
world.
be that in their own time. But whenever I hear Junior, I think, oh, well, I wonder who their dad is. Nobody. Okay, yeah, just too much work for me. Just
Only when you hear Junior.
just for me. I'm just saying. And then it's like
Then you don't have to say it.
it's the same thing. If you're Junior or the second,
Why is he the second and not Junior?
that's what I'm saying.
There's some.
I really
people-
don't like the second.
If
there are
you're the
people-
third, well, now maybe you have a case for the number.
I don't know. Okay, it's not a. At least it's not a weird
hold
Gary
on, hold on.
Payton situation.
kinda
Hey,
weird.
Jason, are you a second or a third or a junior? Okay, good.
Because that's like a rich white thing.
He
The
does look
second.
like a rich white kid.
Well,
Swear to God, if you look at the camera right now, you're thinking rich white kid. It's not how he got in here, by the way.
Look, it's not a bizarre Gary.
His
Payton.
dad is not a senator, as far as we know. He didn't get out of the draft. Just turn your foot in and say you've got a club foot. It wasn't like that.
Oh my God.
Here, turn on the microphone. I want to know. You don't have to tell me, but what does your dad do for a living? You don't have to tell me. Yeah, he hasn't figured out how to turn on his microphone yet. I think he's turned his microphone on to Q. There you go.
Whoops, I pressed program on accident. My dad, Freeport McMahon, the
Oh,
company.
All right.
He's like the lead janitor.
Oh,
for-
okay.
For environmental stuff. Yeah.
So he's just was like, yeah, there's not going to be any juniors.
No, there's no juniors with that. No, there's not.
Look, I'm
All
just
right.
saying it's not a bizarre Gary Payton situation where there's both a Gary Payton Jr. and a Gary Payton II, and they are both his kids. That is very confusing.
If that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it should always be. But don't junior if you're not.
Well,
gonna-
no, if you have one kid named Junior and or second, you can't have another kid with the same name.
I just like
You
we
George
proved that
Foreman.
Jason didn't get here, under any other pretenses than him, getting the job. You know what I mean?
Did you think that there
You're trying to explain that.
I
for
didn't
some
want
reason.
people
I
to
don't know
think
why.
that. Well, look at him. He looks like the guy who's just got off of lacrosse practice. You know what I'm saying? And he's heading over to the country club to go swimming. See his friends. And he's going to charge all the food
He looks like
to
a kid
his
you'd see
dad.
in, the 80s movies like
Yes.
Breakfast Club. It looks like he'd be in one of those movies like
Yeah.
Breakfast Club or
Yeah,
St. Elmo's Fire.
He's the one saying,
right.
"What's your problem, dude?"
Yeah, exactly.
He's like the
Fast
villain.
Times.
He looks like James Spader.
He could have been Sean Penn's friend in Fast Times.
Oh,
Joe,
yes.
getting high in the van.
No,
going,
no,
"Hey,
no.
dude."
He looks like
Right.
James Spader. What was it? Was it
James Spader's-
16 Candles?
Yeah, well, he was in a lot of things.
Everything that he was a teenager with that same hair. He had the same little move that Jason's doing.
And now he's bald. So
yeah, you got that to look forward to, Jason.
yeah, it's coming, dude.
All right, let's stop bothering him. A few more notes on the NBA draft. We come back, but I'm working towards some football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Okay, I'll fess up. One of my favorite parts of 4th of July is finding fun styles for the family to wear. And Kohl's makes it so easy. I found great deals on a cute skirt for me, some button-down shirts for my husband, and adorable shorts and dresses for my kids. Plus, I got us all tees and tanks and saved an extra 20% on everything. So for summer style and savings, get to Kohl's. Select styles, 20% offer ends June 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Jessica, this is the happiest day of my life. Right up there with the day I bought my RV and insured it with Progressive. Man, I love that thing. There are a million fish in the sea, which I'm reminded of every time I bring my RV to the lake, but I vow to love and cherish you just as much as I cherish campsites with full electric and water hookups. I'm so sorry.
Protect your beloved with an RV policy from Progressive. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Next up, straight talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk Talker. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmvdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmvdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
We're going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
1580, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I blinked and the text line exploded. It exploded. I'm not going to go the other way. Let's get caught up, shall we? CK says, Michael Jordan has one son who's actually worth a damn. He's worth whatever Scottie Pippen's divorce settlement is. And he says, suck it, Ralph. Hey, let's see here. Lost Toby says, I'm not reading that. We're not. Okay, we're done with the submarine jokes. It's a tragedy now. I'm not hitting the it's too soon button. But yeah, it's not as much fun. There's no such thing as too soon. 0% thing.
Ralph, you were talking to a
way
comedian.
too soon.
No comedian ever thinks that there's such a time as
That's
too
because
soon.
there's not, you know. But I don't think they yelled Kobe before it imploded. I'm just saying, Lost Toby. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Suns Devil Raul says, who did the Suns draft? Your mom. Oh no, I'm just
Tumani Kamara.
He's a tumor. Let's see. Kyle G says NBA teams are also moving away from the superstar focus to be more like the Spurs. Find talent with high potential in the draft, develop them slowly, build a team over a few seasons. Teams like the Rockets and Pistons are trying to turn it around fast, so they're stockpiling potential now.
Well, I don't know if the Spurs are doing it any differently. The Spurs just haven't had their chance. I mean, this is an organization we're talking about. All their rings came by way of stars.
Yeah.
I mean, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, these guys are all stars.
Well, I think what you're realizing here is you got to be good at both. Now, the Warriors, they had an exceptional draft class that helped them win championships later on. But they also still brought in some stars. Mike Holtz have amazing drafts for every position but quarterback, and that is why they have stunk, for so many years, is because you have to have a balance. There has to be a couple of stars, a couple of exceptionals, but then you've got to have a really solid base. Phoenix Suns did not have that solid base coming into these playoffs. They also didn't have a whole lot of time for Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and everybody else to play together. And as we now know, there was some dysfunction from the top down. But back to what we're talking about here, NBA teams, you have to do both. You can't just get a couple of stars, think you're going to win it all. You could probably name 5-6 teams right away where you saw that happen. It may have made the playoffs, but it wasn't solid enough to get it done. And so, the Suns, they need to really be thinking about, okay, what are we going to do here with our bench? What are we going to do here with the supporting players? They have to be able to step up when someone gets hurt. They have to be able to step up when someone gets tired. And so that's the entirety of the NBA. Balance is so important. The superstar teams, all right, that's great, but who do you have standing right there? That's what it was you live by the superstar sword, you died by the superstar sword, didn't you, Laker fan?
No, not at all.
Yeah, you did.
So, I mean, no. And what the Suns are going to have to do is they're going to have to find guys willing to come in for the minimum that want to just be part of a championship team.
Hey,
That's what
our owner is crazy. He'll
he's a
pay
little
so
too
much
crazy.
money.
He's gonna pay right out of. He's gonna put you out of draft picks, out of everything. He's gonna destroy this team.
Yeah, we'll get a championship. Then
you can't just pay for a championship.
Yeah, you can. You guys been doing it for years.
Hope that you get it, and then ruin yourself for the next 5 years.
Well, that's the other part, though. You're right. Hope that you get it.
Because there's no guarantee.
Yeah, everything we're seeing, the Yankees have done for years and has not succeeded. The Dodgers did for a bunch of years and has not succeeded.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they did.
You lied to
Absolutely
yourself.
not. The Lakers did it. The Lakers did it in early 2000s when they brought on Karl Malone and Gary Payton. Do you remember that year? I mean, on paper, no one should have been close to them, but they lost in the finals. So it guarantees you nothing. So the Suns need to wake up and realize that.
Yeah, well, there's more work to be done, and I hope it's not just Ishbia pointing, going, bring me that. And hopefully James Jones is working there in the underneath saying, okay, here's the things we've got to shore up. And by the way, Senior Ishbia, you better be ready to spend just a little bit more money or else we're not winning nothing. I hope he's brave enough to not, just be another yes man.
The reason why the super teams in the NBA have kind of gone out of style is because you don't have depth. And that's always an issue. When the Warriors brought in Kevin Durant, it made them thinner. And then what happened in that 2019 finals against the Raptors? Durant goes down, Klay Thompson goes down, and they're screwed. They don't have anybody else. There was struggles with LeBron and Bosh and Wade, not because those guys aren't great. Like, it was Wade and LeBron in their prime. So obviously they were a fantastic team, but they weren't deep.
The Erectinator says, hey, whoever's nearest Ralph, slap his dumb ass. Well, that would, that would be his wife right now. And she'd be happy to do it, except for he likes it too much. So just saying. No, Ralph doesn't wear Spanx. Erectinator, I'm not going to read your text. You're just needlessly attacking Ralph, and I haven't figured out why. And even with your explanation that you tweeted or messaged once, I still don't get it. Moist One says, Kobe beef. Oh, Kobe beef. Is it really that much better, Kobe beef?
I've never tried it.
Me neither.
That I know of. I probably have, and I don't remember.
Oh, you didn't remember when you got the bill.
Oh, I say. I was always worried Kobe beef would make me do certain things in a Colorado hotel room that I just thought was a bad idea.
Wow.
I just didn't want to be that guy,
Make you do something.
Watermelon says it's usually somebody from the fourth dimension that takes the show off the rails on a Friday, but I think Jeffrey's doing it today all by himself.
Agreed.
Maybe. Elzar of the Mountain says, who would Sammy Davis be without the junior? He'd be Sammy Davis. I think he's still been just as famous.
He'd still be great. Yeah.
Sounds, you're used to it with junior.
Yeah, it does. You kind of without it now, it sounds weird. But I mean, if he had just been Sammy Davis at the time, we just know him as Sammy Davis.
And Sammy Davis Jr., if he hadn't driven that Cadillac with the pointy thing on the steering wheel, he probably wouldn't need the glass eye.
But I get his point. There's some famous juniors like Ken Griffey Jr., right? I mean, he was known as Junior. So I understand the point.
I was a bigger fan of Ken Griffey. I think he was better.
No, he was.
I think he was amazing.
No,
even he didn't think so. So
no, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just starting crap. Navy Brad says the new guy is really Bobby Brady. That's what he looks like.
No, he doesn't. We can't go there.
A little bit.
No.
Boomer Sooner says, good day, gentlemen. Hey, Ralph. He wants a cold beer. We figured out how to pour any beer yet? No? Okay.
Yeah, no. There it is.
Oh, there he is. Turn that up. Make sure they can hear it. Baker's Cocky Hens says, Hey, why can't they just clone the submarine guys like they did with Damar Hamlin? Wait, what?
What?
That is so many layers of
Conspiracy theories.
conspiracy theory and kookiness
Wait.
deep. I don't even know where to start.
So you think that there's an actor pretending to be Damar Hamlin who survived what happened on the football field so the NFL don't look bad? Is that what you're doing?
That's weird.
Every now and then somebody texts in that, and I'm just like, I don't understand you. I just don't understand.
What's the rich white kid name, by the way?
Um,
Because in 16 Candles, James Spader's character was named Steph. I never knew that dude named Steph, though. I guess Stefan.
Biff.
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 No, I think about Back to the Future. with
Yeah,
that.
but a Biff's a which. Let's think.
I mean, Jason, he's not a spoiled rich white kid, but I'm going to give him a spoiled rich white kid nickname.
Yeah.
I could use some help with it, though.
Jason's middle class. That doesn't work. I got to think about that one.
Let me know. Let's see. Pink Eye says, how about the Las Vegas sinking subs? Okay, stop. We're not doing Las Vegas team names, and we're not doing submarine jokes anymore. Not on purpose, at least. Mystery Girl says, hey, Jeffrey, are you sure that's not Tom Brady's son? Jason looks like Jack. Maybe twins? You're not Tom Brady's kid, are you?
As far as I'm aware now.
Yeah. Did your dad open mouth kiss you?
Oh my God.
That's going to stay confidential.
Oh, Jesus
Whoa.
Christ. It's Tom Brady's son.
Whoa. Wrong answer.
Baker's got the
Wrong answer.
The answer is no, Jason. The answer is no.
Yeah.
No.
That's the
No,
wrong
no,
stuff.
no, of course not.
Got very
That's
uncomfortable
going to
here.
stay confidential. Here comes CPO.
You need to understand that this fourth dimension. They're mean. You leave things open ended that way. They are going to go.
Oh, here comes.
You got to say no.
Here,
Oh no!
Here comes the rich
That's
white
why-
kid name.
I tried to
That's why
protect.
I said it, man. That's why I said it.
Baker's Cocky Hen says a Kobe beef Roethlisberger that can cause some serious regrets. Thank you. Let's see. Here we go. Here come the names. Tanner says
Yep.
Walter
No,
Miller.
boy, that's
Tanner.
a
Colton.
I did know a Colton. He was
Bryce.
the richest kid we knew, actually.
We're just naming the entire lacrosse team here, aren't we? Mystery Girl says Baron.
I mean, if the very large shoe fits.
That's the best one so far.
Baron? No,
I like Baron the most.
I bet you do. You got a flying a flag on the back of that truck. All right.
Wow. Here we go.
Windham is a great one. Windham. We just talked about a Windham.
Yeah, he won the U.S. Open.
Oh, yeah. Pop collar with yeah. Pringle says it's great to hear Ralph back on. Ralph, quick question. Would you take a helicopter ride if the pilot's name was okay? Could we I don't want to do Kobe jokes either. So Moist One says, I like this kid. Stay away from Moist One.
Yeah, nope. He's
He'll want to meet with you.
A lot wrong with that. Mr. Pink Eye says, what would you name the Whopper Jr.? And what about Carl's Jr.? How about we just
Hardee's.
call it
Carl's Jr. is Hardee's.
We'll call the Whopper Jr. the itty bitty Whopper. And then Carl's Jr., we'll just call Carl's because there's no other Carl's,
Oh.
Trevor says an erectinator. Blaine. Oh my God, it's Blaine.
Oh, it's Blaine.
Blaine is
Blaine.
it. Blaine is it.
Blaine.
Blaine it
That's
is.
the one.
Blaine it
It's
is.
Blaine.
Beer Nut says Donald. Well, he was going to get a haircut, so take it easy on him. He must have a bit of the Donald haircut right now. I still have some more NBA stuff to talk about. We've achieved nothing in the last segment.
Well, we got him a name. Blaine.
Blaine.
From Some Kind of Wonderful. That was a Spader movie, too.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
You're right.
His friend was named Blaine, I think.
Oh, my God. I love James Spader, though. Oh, my God. I could listen to him talk forever. You know what I mean? That weird sort of not quite Christopher Walken, but something is just kind of not right in the noggin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Hour 2 of the Daily Blender is up next here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive. That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, root metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
We're going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk Talkin'. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com based on most first place rankings, root metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He took the day off, so we got Ralph from Harman Solar here. Keon Rose is hanging out too, and Jason's running the board because he's a squid. He's learning. So, everybody, stop giving new name for Jason. I think I'm just going to call him Jason anyway. You know, it's kind of his name.
Makes sense.
Really like Blaine, but okay.
Blaine. Well, if he aggravates me, I'll call him Blaine.
Blaine or Thurston.
Like listen here, Blaine.
Thurston's a good one.
Thurston. Big George says Jason looks like his name should be Dustin. He does have a Dustin hair thing going on right now. He says, what about Hunter? Okay, let's just go and just let his name be for now. He's trying to concentrate on learning how to do something here. Lost Toby, you're fine. He says, does Kobe and his submarine joke cancel out? Is it work? No, it doesn't. Just leave it alone. Mm-hmm. Baker's Cocky Hen says there's a right-wing guy on Twitter that claims that Damar Hamlin is a clone. Huh.
As an adult, huh? Just
Boomer Sooner says no NBA. Don't tell me what to do, Boomer Sooner. I'll do whatever the hell I want to do. Pringle, he says, why are you sending me links? I've told you a million times. Don't send me links. Why are you sending me links? And all right, I'm ignoring the text line for a minute. All right, so I want to finish up talking about the NBA because I want to remind you guys, Kendrick Perkins, that was really kind of dumb.
It was very dumb.
He fell for it. But listen, old people fall for stuff on the internet all the time. All right. How old is Shams Charania?
Shams?
How do you say his name really?
Shams Charania?
Oh, okay. I was close. So Shams Charania, he's a guy over there at the ESPN, right?
He is, yeah.
He's supposed to be a basketball insider.
He is, and he's 29.
Yeah.
I'm older than Shams.
He dirty.
Oh,
He is corrupt.
I saw that.
Yeah. So here, Ralph, let me explain because I know you go to bed early.
Yeah, I do. 5.
So Shams Charania, he sometimes will say stuff, and people are like, "Oh, he's an insider. He knows things." And so he tweets this out: Scoot Henderson is gaining serious momentum at number 2 with the Charlotte Hornets in tonight's NBA draft. Hornets have been torn over the last week between Henderson and Brandon Miller. Team has a final meeting today to settle on their decision. So he tweets that, right? And let me remind you, he's employed by FanDuel. And then, they see a bunch of people like, "Oh, see what Sham said?" And they run out. They put money on Scoot Henderson to go number 2, and then because the odds massively shift because of all this stuff with the tweet. And then what happens? Hornets don't draft Scoot. FanDuel then wins a whole bunch of money in those bets, and they make a ton.
Yep.
So a lot of people are saying this is fraud. Sham Charania, dirty.
I don't think they're wrong. I mean, because when he reports on stuff, he basically puts it out there for the job that made him famous, which is working for The Athletic. That's where, he's made a lot of his reports and breaking stories and all of that stuff. But when it comes to the NBA and anything, betting related, I don't think Shams Charania should put his opinions on odds out there when his second employer is a sports book. That is dirty.
But isn't there a chance he's just thinking maybe that was all true and they had a final meeting and he's just reporting stuff, but because of his connection, that everybody's jumping to a conclusion.
But all the reports I read leading up to the draft was Hornets like Brandon Miller. So for him to put out the Scoot thing just seems like, unless he legitimately thought that the odds were moving that way.
The only thing that should save his job, and I'm serious, he should be fired. The only thing that should save him is if the Hornets actually say, "No, what he's saying is true. We were getting together, have a meeting on that. We were torn. It was absolutely correct."
That's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, why
should,
wouldn't they? If it was true, they'd come to his defense.
Yeah, but I mean, Keon's right. I mean, the fact was his affiliation. He should not give his opinion. He should not say things like that.
He can report on things all he wants to, but when he starts talking about the odds and the line movements, he shouldn't do that.
It's almost as bad as insider trading.
He didn't.
Right? He didn't.
No, he didn't. That's not what I saw. Here's let me read it again. Sources: Scoot Henderson is gaining serious momentum at number 2 with the Charlotte Hornets in tonight's NBA draft. Hornets have been torn over the last week between Henderson and Brandon Miller. Team has final meetings today to settle on their decision.
I still feel weird about that.
It does kind of come across weird.
That would drive people to bet on him to be picked second,
or hedge their bets by doing a little action on Scoot as well as some action on Brandon.
Right, which then gives the book money.
Because Brandon Miller worked out with Michael Jordan Monday, and Michael Jordan was doing the Jordan thing where he was just talking a lot of crap to Brandon Miller, and Jordan really liked that Brandon Miller was talking trash back and didn't seem worried or scared or didn't back down at all. And it just really seemed like the Hornets were going in the direction of Brandon Miller. So the momentum to Scoot thing with the timing of the line and the odds there, I feel weird about it. I just think that if you're going to be a reporter, you can't work for a sports book.
Agreed.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Did you guys see the Brandon Miller interview? He's doing all he could to not get drafted second. Called Paul George the GOAT, LMAO. Did he really?
He did.
Oh
he was talking about he grew up watching Paul George,
young and dumb.
That's the thing is like I don't know if he was trying not to get drafted by Charlotte.
Would Jason know who Michael Jordan is in there? This new kid Michael Jordan is?
I mean, I'm sure.
Not Michael B. Jordan.
Rings a bell.
Not Michael B. Jordan.
It rings a bell.
No, I completely kid.
No. But to say
we're about to trash you.
You see Ralph's face turn red?
Yeah, I was going to trash.
Literally did.
Ralph was ready to go. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
1 second.
Off the board, out of the building. God.
Ralph was about to drive over here.
Yeah, I was.
He's just going to take over. Pippi No Stockings says, "Can someone fill me in on how to get Ralph cloned? Well, I would like another for some spare parts." Well, that's a good. I'd like some spare parts for myself.
That's
me
pretty,
too.
Pretty dark.
It's a good idea. You ever watch The Island?
No.
Oh,
I have.
my God.
And yeah.
Ralph, seriously, this is a good movie. Ewan McGregor, Scarlett Johansson, and Steve Buscemi. It's a really good movie. Michael Clark Duncan was in this thing too. And watch The Island. It's good stuff. The Island. It's early 2000s.
Write that down, Pippi.
Yeah, Pippi, write this down,
Do
please.
something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
My gosh, make me dinner, write something down, just do something.
I'm all for her going in there and beating the hell out of him on camera.
This door's locked, damn it.
Oh, that's why you're so brave.
I'll come out Monday.
When she forgets. Anyway, what were we? Yeah, so Sham Sharania. Yeah, so just knowing that you report anything could have an effect on the line. Yeah, you're right. That should mean you're not a part of something. Because I don't think FanDuel called him and said, Sham Sharania, you better do this, and then we're gonna make a lot of money.
Like even if it was completely accidental and he didn't think about it, that's still wrong. Like it still has an effect on what people are doing. And I think that that's maybe one of the things that we got into sports betting really quickly. And a lot of these sports books got attached to leagues, got attached to writers, got attached to beat reporters. And we didn't really think about what the ramifications of that were going to be.
I just want you to know, if FanDuel called me up and offered me some money to give bad information to tilt some betting lines, I would. You should not be taking me seriously at all, ever. I am easily bought.
Also, we're not reporters.
And we've seen your picks in the NFL. I understand.
What are you talking about? My picks in the NFL are amazing.
Yeah, especially when they change halfway through.
Oh, stop it. You know, you bitter sons of bitches. I don't make any money off of it.
Because here's the thing. If you really just want to do the test, I mean, when Jeffrey makes his picks,
write them down.
You can go on the site and click on the username. You can take a screenshot if you want, and that'll be your record.
I've written them down, and it's amazing how Eagles will become Bengals on Monday.
No, that's bull crap, and you know
that's why I say
you're just lying.
Take a screenshot.
So here's what it is. Here's what happens. I'll do my picks on air on a Thursday, but I've even said on air, if somebody gets injured or something changes, I will change my pick before the game. You can't change the pick after the game or during the game. But if it makes everybody happy, would you feel better if I were to, anytime I make a change, I will tweet that change? Just to make sure you know it was before the game.
I mean, I don't need that. I beat you anyway, so I don't.
You never beat me. When have you ever beat me?
All the time.
Dude, I was still like in third place or second place this year. Even though, you know, listen, you should just, you owe me $3,000 and you know it.
That's a random number you just pulled out. That's
it's 1580 plus 1580. So all right, $3,160.
That's better. Okay.
Sure.
I'll let the owner apartment know that.
But no,
I don't know why he hasn't written you a check then.
I'm not like Sham Sharania. I know I'm not eligible. I do it just to do it, just so we talk about it on air. But I get nothing out of cheating. That's just dumb. Toby says, I copy Jeffries every Friday, and I wasn't even close. It's rigged. You're just such a liar. You're all liars.
Truth is coming out.
All right. I'll tell you what. I will start tweeting stuff just so everybody knows.
Oh, I gotcha.
Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey, did you say Steve Buscemi was in that movie you're talking about? He was that guy in the Adam Sandler movies, right? Yeah, he was the guy that puts on lipstick and decides not to kill Adam Sandler.
Oh my gosh.
When he calls him up and says nice things. Sorry about being mean in high school or something.
Yeah, that wasn't Happy.
Was that Happy Gilmore?
No, that was the one before that. I can't remember the name of that movie. When he plays the rich kid.
Oh, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, that was it.
By the way, there's a Happy Gilmore. Everybody loves the movie. Shooter McGavin still tweets and does little videos because let's be honest, he has nothing else. But now there's a real Happy Gilmore from Indiana High School that is going to play college at Ball State. And I was all excited. Keon says, hey, there's somebody named Happy Gilmore for real? So I went and I looked at it. And on the USA Today, they're like, oh, yeah, Happy Gilmore is, his last name is Landon. Wait, so it's Happy Landon? And then I looked at it and says, oh, Happy's not really his real name. He just goes by, that's a nickname. Well, you can't just call yourself Happy Gilmore. This kid doesn't play hockey. This kid doesn't do it. This kid, he looks like Nixon. What's the kid from The Simpsons with the glasses?
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Millhouse.
Millhouse. He looks like Millhouse. He doesn't look like Happy Gilmore. He doesn't golf like Happy Gilmore. I was all excited. It's like somebody named their kid Happy Gilmore. We were just talking about how everybody names their kid Kobe. I was like, oh, that would be something if this kid whose last name is Gilmore and his parents named him Happy. And then he started playing golf and he started winning stuff. And I was very disappointed. Why did you even tell me about this?
Because I got suckered in by the headline. I
Kendrick Perkins. The hell, man.
Wow.
But I'm Kendrick Perkins.
You're Kendrick
that
Perkins.
Was CBS Sports reported it that way.
Well,
I'm not Kendrick
they don't say
Perkins.
anything true. At
Kendrick
CBS.
Perkins.
You should have read this story before you even talked to me about it.
I only halfway read the story. I was doing another job while I was doing prep for this
so
show.
Disappointed when I read this.
So are you overworked? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
It sounds like Jeffrey's overworked.
I am adequately worked. I just
okay.
took on a little extra work so that I could.
Right.
Happy Gilmore would be a
less
story, but this kid's Landon. Is this like what is this? I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Even the university that said that he, Ball State, when they put out he committed to Ball State, they reported it as Happy Gilmore.
He throws it at him.
Hey, there's no trash can over there.
No,
it's behind me. Sorry,
I was guessing where it was.
Well, you would have been off anyway.
Well,
all right,
that sounds right.
So let's one last thing about the NBA and the draft and all these trades and stuff. CP3, right? CP3 finds out he's on an airplane and he gets a text from his son. Hey, Dad, you got traded. Oh, crap. You're right. I did.
I'm a Wizard now.
So now when the Wizards traded him over to the Warriors, it's exactly how he found. He was working out at the gym and he got a text from his son. Oh, my God, Dad, you just got traded again. I bleep you not. Why are these people not calling Chris Paul saying, hey, heads up?
No. Chris Paul is going to the Hall of Fame. You would just think that he'd be treated a little bit better than that. And I would think more so by the Suns than the Wizards. Like, he was never really a Wizard. He never suited up, never played a minute of basketball with them. But the Suns, this guy took you to an NBA Finals. You think you'd at least shoot him a text and go, hey, Chris.
Heads up. FYI.
We're trading
LMAO.
you.
Bye-bye.
We'll text you before your kid does.
Yeah, that's not good that little Chris. By the way, his son's name is Little Chris Jr. Yeah, I like Little Chris better than Junior.
Well, the thing is, at some point he's going to be an adult, and you can't be an adult anymore.
All right, Chris Paul II. But you should find out from the team, not from your kid. Your kid should not be.
Your kid is watching TV, and then he sees the little thing, the crawl, come at the bottom of the screen, and he texts you. That's too many layers of. We didn't even bother to talk to you, especially. And I know Ishbia wasn't the owner when Chris Paul did all of the great things he did for the Suns, but he was a son when they went to the finals. I just think you got to treat him better than that.
It's pretty sad. Moist One says, tell you what, J-Dog, can I call you J-Dog? Oh, geez, he's talking to you, Jason. He says, I'm having a housewarming party this weekend. Why don't you swing one by and I can help you get a little more familiar with the fifth dimension? First off, it's the fourth dimension is what the listeners call themselves. And nobody ever goes to Moist One's housewarming parties. We've always just been smart enough.
He's been inviting people to his housewarming party for like 2 years now.
No. It's more. Well, like 3, 4, 5 years.
Longer than I've been here, which has been a couple of years. The answer to that question is also no. Every time.
Were you invited?
All right.
Keon, were you invited?
Everyone's invited, but the answer to it
always
is no. No.
All right.
Did they not teach you stranger danger in school?
It's been a while.
Oh yeah. No. This stranger danger.
This is stranger danger.
No, absolutely.
Right, then I'll go ahead and say no.
Sometimes I look for an adult when I see his texts.
Just
where's the adult in the room?
Good question.
There isn't one.
Walter Mellon says, I don't know who beat who last season, but Jeffrey and Ralph should have a beat off this season. I think phrasing is an
I really don't like that
I
phrasing
know
at
you
all.
did no playoff, but I easily skunked Ralph regularly.
No, you don't. But
You're such a liar.
And we're not beating.
Why are you a
That's
liar?
ridiculous.
Oh my God, Ralph.
That's all right.
Isn't it
I destroyed you for 3 years in a row.
Isn't it logged there still?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
That log has been rigged.
You can go back and it's been rigged. This is what I'm talking about. If you really have a problem with it, you are welcome to go because I look at Randy's picks and Jeffrey's picks the day of, because sometimes I want to know what they changed it to.
See, you're gonna tell you something. Keon has been trying to catch me rigging things.
That's what it sounds like.
No, I'm not trying to catch you. It's just I know that you guys change your picks. So
Up
sometimes
until game time.
I
look at
changed
Randy's
my picks too. So I'm just curious what you guys changed it to.
I'm glad you've been verifying, because
So-
that you're a good witness on my behalf.
I've done that too. I mean, I go back and look at Randy's picks and I go, did he really pick those? I mean, I do that all the
It's
time.
hard to
on Randy.
believe.
Yeah. I mean, there's just no way. I'm thinking, this guy drinking when he's picking? But I mean, I do.
Well, obviously, Randy makes all of his picks on a Sunday morning.
Aren't
and
you?
The moment he wakes
No.
up on a Sunday morning is drink o'clock.
Yeah, that's true. It's always drink o'clock. Bruno Baller says, inviting us to a party and you can't get the dimension right. Sorry, Moist One, not interested. You should not be interested for many, many other reasons. Baker's Cocker Hens says, what happens if Kyler Murray has a kid and names him Kyler? Is he
Are you
he's
gonna call him Little
automatically very little Kyler? Even more little Kyler.
I just if
mini Kyler.
If I were Kyler,
Mini me.
I would just avoid having children on the off chance that I have a child that grows up to be taller than me.
That's even more
By
embarrassing.
the time he's 6.
Then little Kyler's like 6'2".
It's like, hey, listen.
It's like big Kyler's actually the son.
You got to get out of that little price car. I got to go to work. Cheese Skull says, Keon is Kendrick Perkins now. You need to talk like you're sleepy if you're going to be him, Keon.
Jeez.
He's from the South. That's why he sounds like that.
Mr. Pringle, stop it. Thundar San Barbarian says, besides understanding the fourth dimension is easy. Whatever Moist One says, just the opposite. The opposite is true. Whistling Gerbil says, Landon is a fraud. Yeah, that's the Happy Gilmore kid. Hefty Lefty says Shooter McGavin played a Stifler in American Pie 5, The Naked Mile. He was the original Stifler's uncle. Wow, thank you for that, Hefty Lefty. I've never seen any of those movies, and I can't believe there's 5 of those things.
It's crazy.
Lost Toby says, speaking of lying, I didn't want to be bothered today to catch up on work, so I'm pretending to be in a meeting. Thanks, guys. Yeah, he just showed me his workspace, and it's just while he pretends to be in a meeting, it's us on the YouTube screen right there for him, and he's got do not disturb on his email. I'm in a meeting. Blissful Hayes says, I agree with Ralph. There is no doubt the pick'em contest is rigged. You're just saying that to be a douchebag.
No, he's right.
It's not rigged. Why would I rig it? I get nothing out of it. Nothing. Zero thing.
Can we play back some of those shows during the season when you're talking about what you don't get out of it? Because
I get nothing.
I mean, every week you're talking about.
I can't help it if I win all the time.
Okay.
I am great at picking stuff.
I mean, it's not narcissistic at all. I mean,
no, it's
not what I'm
not.
saying.
I should have put money on it. I'd have a lot of money, probably more money.
Keon's being very quiet right now, but I can see it in his eyes.
Oh, he's not lying.
Why would I lie about that?
Because you want to make comments and you can't because
I can make comments, but like I said, I've seen the picks. I look at what Jeffrey and Randy pick, and then and then I kind of keep that in mind. And if the picks had changed, I didn't see it change. And I'm saying that to say anybody can do it. You can take a screenshot if you really, really doubt it.
CK says, make your picks on Thursday and see it through. You know who did a see it through that was unbelievable? Was Hefty Lefty.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty picked the games for the entire year, and he was in like the top 15 at the end. That was very impressive what Hefty Lefty did right there. But no, I mean, I want to get as many right as I can. So up until, if somebody else wants to, manage the damn thing, they can manage it. And I'll
just make picks,
you bastards. I don't cheat.
Again, there's nothing to gain from it. I mean, bragging rights are just not that worth it.
Blissful Hayes says, what are the FanDuel odds on the blender beta? No, we're not doing that. We're not.
You got to stop calling it that.
We're not doing that.
You know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Jessica, this is the happiest day of my life. Right up there with the day I bought my RV and insured it with Progressive. Man, I love that thing. There are a million fish in the sea, which I'm reminded of every time I bring my RV to the lake, but I vow to love and cherish you just as much as I cherish campsites with full electric and water hookups. I'm so sorry.
Protect your beloved with an RV policy from Progressive. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hello, everyone. Desert Equity Lending is back again with a mortgage product that we have all been waiting for. We are excited to offer once again a no-document loan that we all remember from years ago. That's right. It's a true no-document loan. Remember when stated income loans were available? They were the most popular mortgages available for self-employed, as well as for those borrowers that couldn't quite show enough income to qualify using regular underwriting guidelines. This new no-doc loan is changing the way people get approved for a mortgage. Listen to this. No income, no problem. No tax returns, no problem. It doesn't take perfect credit to qualify either. If you have a good down payment and decent credit, you need to call now. These mortgages are being approved for primary residence as well as a second home. We are doing it the old-fashioned way. We use common sense underwriting to approve what other banks walk away from. Call 602-509-3000 to talk with a real person that can get you answers in hours, not days. That's 602-509-3000. Make the call. You will be glad you did. Desert Equity Lending. Desert Equity Lending, MB 0906989, NMLS 1733369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmbdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmbdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
So Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Now I'm even more upset. That Happy Gilmore story is like the top thing on CBSSports.com.
And you know why? Because people keep clicking on it because they go, oh, wow, kid named Happy Gilmore, before settling into sheer disappointment like the rest of us.
All right. Well, there is something that I feel better about. Turns out his last name actually is Gilmore. So it's a little bit better than I thought it was. It's Landon Gilmore.
Yeah, because before I thought the first name and the last name neither.
Yeah, that was just infuriating. So we're good now. Whatever. But he still looks like a complete dweeb. Yeah. Anyway, 888-368-1580. Mini texts on the text line. Thundar the Santa Barbarian wants to know if we traded we traded Randy for this kid. No, we did not. He's in training. He's a student driver. Okay. Is that makes sense to everybody right now? Jason's a student driver. Robert from Surprise says, I got involved in too many pick 'em pools last year. Forgot to put my picks in for a few weeks. Still came in the top 5 the year before, though. I'm going to be on it this year. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Is Harmon Solar ponying up the cash prizes again this year, buddy?
We are. Absolutely.
Sweet. What about for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football stuff?
We're going to do what we always do.
All right. So cash prizes involved for everything. Once again here on the Daily Blender. Blissful Hay says, why is Randy in training? Randy's not in training. Jason's in training. Randy's just doing the hell he wants right now. It's none of your damn business. 888-368-1580. All right. So before we can get to the NFL stuff, and we are closer than we have been in other days. So this, this whole Diamondbacks on TV thing is getting kind of murky. The Diamondbacks broadcast, they're saying, well, it's not going to be just as easy. I guess Diamond Sports has said, hey, we'd like to not be stuck doing the Diamondback games. Why? Because they have to pay the Diamondbacks, right?
Yeah. Okay. And they already owe them a decent amount of money, and the next payment is due July 1st.
And they can't make it. And the Diamondbacks, if they're not on Bally's, where will they be? The Major League Baseball .com. I mean, would they put it on regular television somewhere? Can they put it on some other cable channel?
They could put it on regular TV if they wanted to, locally at least. I mean, other than that, there's really no other options except for when they have a national game.
So what's funny is the Diamondbacks, I think, want to still be on Bally's, and Diamond Sports is like, we can't afford that. The Suns want off of that, but Diamond Sports is like, hey, because why? The Suns pay them money.
Yeah,
to be on there. So
baseball's got a nice setup. That's all, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, all right. So this doesn't mean anything to anything for the Suns. That's the thing that I was kind of focused on, is hoping that we could watch that on regular broadcast TV next season. That is probably going to still be sort of messed up in the courts for a while. So you'll still have to have the Bally's or the whatever. For that. And then for the Diamondbacks, this is something that could get a little bit weird, because even if, the Diamondbacks, are no longer on Bally's, that doesn't mean they're going to be readily available. Is there somebody stepping up who's like, we want to take them over?
Somebody probably would, because they actually might play significant games this year later in the year. So you'd want to have that on your station. You're going to get views.
Yeah.
It'd be a hot commodity, actually.
Yeah, Rob Manfred is going to have to do something about something here. He's going to have to probably step in on some of this. But then, there's a judge who is stuck in the middle. Everything is just kind of a mess right now with that. And you're right, Ralph, as these Diamondbacks continue to do well, people are going to care more about this. And it's
I mean, I haven't been to a game this year. I'm assuming that they're probably getting better attendance this year, I would think.
I was at a midday game and I was surprised how many people were there.
Yeah,
and this is before we really knew for sure, wow, these guys are going to turn out to be pretty good.
I mean, I'd say they're for real. I mean, they are. I mean, they've gotten this far. I mean,
well, I tell you what, after that game, when Corbin Carroll had that walk-off hit, which really drove some guys in, and I was just like, this feels different. I did it when I was sitting there with my kids. I was just like, this is pretty good. This feels kind of nice. And the people there in the stadium stayed through the whole thing, even though the Diamondbacks were behind right up until the very end. So yeah, it does have a different feel to it. So let's not get crazy. Let's not get cocky. I don't want to have another, jinxing.
You know what it does? It goes to show in baseball, especially, you got to trust your younger players to bring them up and let them develop. And things like this can happen. And we're seeing multiple teams that are doing this. You don't need to go out and try to buy a World Series. It's really hard to do in baseball. You can buy the ad pieces, like maybe a pitcher here and there and things like that, but let your youth guys, let the youth go. And they're doing it. And hey, man, all credit to the Diamondbacks for doing that. Good for them. Look at the Mets. The Mets spent all that money. Where are they at?
Mets spent all that money. Padres spent all that money. The Angels spend all that money every year, and it never results in anything ever.
Not how you win a World Series. It's just not how you do it. You got to have a good, well-rounded team. I mean,
well, the thing about the Mets, though, if you want a little bit of an explanation about why the Mets are kind of weird, the owner, Steve Cohen, he just gave $5 million to help psychedelics go mainstream. That's kind of his focus. I'm not even kidding. That's a true thing.
Is he?
Yes, he is. He is hanging out with Aaron Rodgers.
That's my number one question.
And of course, as you know, Aaron Rodgers just loves his psychedelic drugs. So much so they spoke at a conference for psychedelics earlier this week, and he's pushing for legalization. And that's what Steve Cohen is doing. He's donated $5 million to something called MAPS, the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. Either the money will go towards helping make it legal, or why can't you guys just say you like mushrooms? You just like mushrooms. So Aaron Rodgers just says it's not ironic that the things that actually expand your mind are illegal, and the things that keep you in the lower chakras and dumb you down have been legal for centuries.
Deep, man.
That sounds like every stoner at the end of the couch at a party.
Whoa.
He also talked about how his radically life-changing experience with, how do you say it? Ayahuasca. And he said, hey, go ahead. Try to come at me on the what?
Ayahuasca.
Yeah. Well, you do a lot more drugs than I do. Anyway,
hold on.
He says
we're supposed to tell everyone.
It's going to be hard to cancel me because, the previous year, 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. We had a good season. Yeah.
Why does he think that he's going to be canceled for this? It's just people are just like, dude, you just like shrooms a lot.
At first I thought I was gonna have a hard time with that. Awashkushka, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, MVP. What are you gonna say? You're like, dude, you joined the Mets on purpose. I mean, the Jets on purpose. You joined that team. You signed with the Jets on purpose. That right there shows you do drugs.
I don't know. This is a different Jets.
I know they got a defense.
Yeah.
I get. Although that defense is a little bit dinged up.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
What was that? I can't.
They had a safety go down. I don't remember.
Oh no! They had a lineman go down.
Oh, did they? Oh boy.
Hold on here,
because the things might be coming apart there.
We're doing the show out of order, so I don't have that.
So usually we struggle to get to the football stuff, and now we're
we're
arriving early on accident.
Oh, I don't know. Some dude. Anyway, we'll get back to that. So back to the baseball. Now, it's funny. Aaron Rodgers criticizes the use of alcohol. That's what he's referring to. Alcohol is the thing that pushes people down, whatever. And well, maybe it would be a good idea for Rob Manfred to do some psychedelics rather than drink so damn much. I think he has sobered up recently, though. Because yesterday we talked about how he kind of looked back and was sort of like, yeah, I wish I'd done some things different. I wish I hadn't have, given immunity to the baseball players in that cheating probe. I kind of wish I had that one back. And now he's still talking. Here's the thing. When somebody decides to join AA and they try to make amends, that's all you ever hear from these people. And they're no fun at a party. Anyway, so Rob Manfred is now saying, he's like, that stuff I said in the past about the Oakland A's, about all the Oakland A's. And I was like, I feel sorry for the fans of Oakland, that was out of context.
This is the opposite of making amends.
I feel like that's completely in context of what you actually said, Rob Manfred. He said, my comment about Oakland was that I feel sorry for the fans. It was my initial preference that we find a solution in Oakland. And the comment I made about the fans on a particular night, when they filled the stadium with that reverse boycott, well, that was taken out of context.
Was it?
No, it actually, you said the thing you said, and it was on that night. So what context are we missing?
What other context could there be for basically saying you don't really care that a whole fan base is losing their team to another city?
Yeah, there's
what context could there be? I wonder.
The context is pretty clear, Rob Manfred. The context is you were doing better when you drank. That's what I feel like.
Well, I wouldn't have learned a bunch of things to be mad at, and I don't know what A's fans are supposed to take about that. Like, if you're going to do the AA make amends thing, then you got to take responsibility for the stuff you said, Rob Manfred. You can't just blame context or the lack thereof. You got to own that.
Wilbur says, Rob Manfred said, I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Yes, you did. Blissful A says, it's not about winning on the field for most pro athletes, isn't it? It's about business. Aaron Rodgers is making $45 million a year. Dude is the winner. Well, he's also a very talented quarterback, and he's sitting around acting like, hey, look at me. I'm doing psychedelics and I'm that good. But I'm sitting over here just a little common sense thinking, I wonder how much better you'd be if you'd knocked that crap off. Or if you hadn't always been doing that stuff, we just didn't know about it till you got comfortable enough to talk about it. You start to wonder those things. Always like we got a 16-year-old kid in here. It's always better to just not do drugs, Jason. Just don't do those drugs,
Understood.
Blaine.
Understood.
Just stay off. What are the kids? Stay off the smack.
Smack.
What?
That's heroin, dude.
Oh. I got that from.
That's like the strongest one.
Don't do heroin. Smoke
definitely.
pot all you want. Just don't do heroin.
I got that off of Starsky and Hutch, so I don't know if I'm up to date with the terms.
Yeah, well, I mean, they still call it that, but it's no.
When another kid offers you a kilo, you just say no.
All right. I will take the wise words from Jeffrey.
Don't even do this thing they do on TV where they go,
oh my God.
Well, that's pure. Don't do that. one lick can stick. No. It's one pill can kill. Don't take weird pills at parties because that'll kill you too.
Okay.
Just
fair
don't.
enough.
Just eat your Lunchable and stay out of it.
Is this the PSA
Fair
hour?
enough.
Or?
I don't know. I'm just trying. I'm just doing my best over here. And then, of course, the NFL and the NFLPA, they're funding more research into CBD, which that makes sense because that's not smoking dope. That is using some ingredients in it to help relieve pain, and rather than getting stuck on opioids and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So that, of course, they've gotten together and said, you know how that Mets guy gave $5 million for the psychedelic mushrooms? Well, we've got a total of $500,000. No. That is kind of like when your parents, somebody says, well, that's from both of us. The NFL, NFLPA, their entirety of the money going at that is $500,000.
That's crazy.
So not a priority then.
Yeah, not much, I guess. Sounded good on the press release where it's like, NFL, NFLPA fund more research into use of CBD. How much? Not much.
Yeah, because I'm just saying $500,000 from the NFLPA, $500,000 from the NFL. And now you got a little something.
Yeah. Very little compared to what the guy who owns the Mets is doing.
Granted, money doesn't mean anything to Steve Cohen. He just, look at that payroll. They're not winning anything, but they spend a lot of money.
So the story I was reading, I was scrolling down. At first, it showed him kind of at a distance, looking all ownerish. You know what I mean? And that shot where they look ownerish,
the arms crossed,
sure,
kind of staring into the distance,
walking with a purpose. We're going to win this. And then I scrolled down, and it showed a picture of him and his wife. And I'm saying this man has spent most of his money on photoshopping that portrait because he is 70 years old.
Wow.
And that does not. Yeah, that portrait's not reality, if you know what I'm saying. Somebody got a little crazy with the filters, a little crazy with the photo brushes. That's all. All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, I have just two more things to talk about before we talk about the NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Gilbert worked in retail and restaurant management for 14 years. It was time for a change.
I recognized where I was at was vulnerable to the whims of the economy.
Then he heard about My Computer Career. Gilbert went for it.
In as little as 7 months, I got all of my certifications at a fraction of a cost for college.
He became an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
I can work from anywhere. I have more time for my family as well.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk Talk. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com based on most first place rankings, group metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off Super Paint products and Super Deck stains June 16th through the 26th. That means 30% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 30% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Don't let your kids get fooled by the people they meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but those strangers are using their relationship to deal drugs to your kids. If you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Find resources at talknowaz.com. Don't let your kids get fooled. Talk to them and visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the London Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, londonmortgage.com.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
Steady Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffco, are you free tomorrow to help me move? No. He says it pays well. Bet it does. Lots of hydration. Good idea. I'm in an age right now where I would never ask a friend to help me move because it would hurt them as much as it would hurt me. There's no pizza, there's no beer, there's no anything that's enough to make up for the pain and misery my friends would have later. No, I do things the grown-up way. I hire some guys in a truck and they do all the work. That's it. You know, I'll take some stuff over myself, but I would never impose on other people. When I was younger, you know, like, well, Keon, you're still at the help me move age. You know, in your 30s, you know, you knew who your really good friends were. Where you're like, hey, I'm moving, and they'd come running to help you. And then, yeah, you'd buy them some pizza and whatever. But everybody was good, you know, everybody was fit and ready to go. And nobody was like, oh, what happened? Oh, my back. You lift something? No, I sneezed. Oh, I just blew my back out sneezing. You know,
you laugh, but it's real.
No, I'm it's even worse. You try to hold back a sneeze, and that makes it.
And that doesn't know. I'm at the age where that starts.
Yeah. Well, I'd say 35 is the age where you stop helping friends move and you stop asking them to help you move because it's just not right. Or just ask a bunch of young, dumb people, you know?
Yeah. Like I still have some friends that are like late 20s.
You know who the young, dumb people are in my life? Children. So as they're now teenagers and young adults. So yeah. Friends don't ask friends to help them move.
I get that.
It's just, you know, Ralph would never ask me. He, you know,
and not anymore.
And I would never ask Ralph because
not anymore.
No, because first off, you'd be like, I thought we were friends. Why are you asking me to do something like this?
Didn't you like me? What happened?
What we would do is we'd hire people and then we'd watch them.
Oh, and drink beer, watch
them do it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm down for that party.
Yeah, that's what we do at our age. That's what we're doing.
And that way, as what happens is, in this scenario, Ralph and I'd stand to drink some beers, and then he'd be like, all right, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. We'd wander off and sort of watch what the movers were doing and then report back. It's like, did you see that guy do that thing? Yeah. He's not doing that. And then, you know, then his wife would go yell at people. Right. Then you go tell her, and then she's yelling at people.
And if you can't afford movers, then what you do is you marry young.
Yeah.
Because then she'll be young. She has young
and
friends.
She has friends.
Right.
Sure. I mean, you know,
remember these things, Jason. This is very important.
Right? Are you writing this down?
I am paying attention.
Okay, you should be writing this down.
Yes.
This is life lessons right here.
Life lessons, absolutely.
888-368-1580. So, Ralph, you weren't on the show earlier, but somebody said, hey, the slam ball is coming back, the trampoline basketball. Okay. I'm very what is that? Did you never watch it?
I'm excited for it.
I've watched it. Yes,
that is fun. That is fun, and it's just craziness. It's kind of like
the college teams doing it. You mean?
Are they doing this? Are there college teams playing?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know who plays. How long ago was it that they were doing this? 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, the 90s. I was a kid the last time I saw slam ball.
Oh, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. You know. For a little bit. I mean, I didn't like have a team or nothing, but when I'd watch it, I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing, you know? And it just seemed like it would be fun to play. It's just fun to watch. And it's, you know, they've got glass boards like in hockey. They got trampolines like in every Mormon's backyard. They've got basketball hoops and people that are jumping in the air. And it's not just the fact that they're dunking. There's people who are blocking, and it's very vicious and physical version of the sport.
Okay, I was thinking something else. I'm sorry.
What'd you think I was talking about?
Spike ball.
What's spike ball? No, this is spike ball. Isn't it?
They had the little trampoline.
It was
and
on
the guys with the ball, and they have college teams that do it. I think it's
No.
whatever that's called. I was thinking something totally different.
All right, slam ball was on Spike TV, but it's not that. There's the whole floor is like a big chunk of it is a trampoline.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that before. It's very cool.
Much better than whatever the hell you're talking about. Anyway, so that is coming back July 21st, and it's going to be on the ESPN, which I believe there's going to be like an Ocho angle on that. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. That's fun.
And it should be a little bit Ocho because like you said, you didn't have a team. Nobody had teams watching slam ball. You just see a guy jump up on the trampoline, and then one guy tries to shove the hell out of him, and he misses, and then just gets obliterated by the guy dunking on him. That's what slam ball is all
There ain't
about.
no fouls. You know, you check a guy. I don't know if were there any rules.
I'm sure there were some, but I don't remember any of them because that was not important.
Because it was like playing basketball in the 90s. You could give somebody a forearm shiver. You could check them like in hockey. And it was fun. It was just a lot of fun. And nobody was showing highlights. But if you go on YouTube, I bet you could find some highlights.
Yeah.
So someone made like a mixtape, basically. Just put like just some rap music underneath some slam ball highlights from back in the day.
I didn't realize it was all the way back in the 90s. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why'd they stop doing it?
Well, it started in 2000, and then
deaths,
injuries. No, I mean there were people that landed really, really badly, as you would expect. I don't think
a few dozen concussions.
I have no idea who got hurt and who didn't get hurt. I don't know.
I don't even care if they got hurt. That was fun to watch. All I gotta do.
You were allowed to wear a helmet if you wanted.
Oh yeah,
you can't be that guy though.
Don't mess up your hair.
I mean, a lot of people didn't, but some people did, and I don't blame them. If you land on your head,
they signed a 2-year deal with ESPN. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
2 years. I bet this has bigger ratings than the XFL,
of course,
and USFL combined.
Of course, it will.
Put the WNBA in there too.
I'm going to make sure you get let women in on this too. You know that.
Are they going to have a transgender division?
They just lower the basket.
Why gender it at all? If you can jump on the trampoline and just dunk on somebody
because I want to
powerfully, then just do it.
Listen, Ralph, we get it. You want to you want to be trans. That's good. I respect your life choices, but don't push them on everybody else. Okay. Jesus. You're right, Keon. If you're a woman, if you're a man, if you're either or, them, a they, or something else, get your ass out there with the ball and have some fun.
Just jump off the trampoline and dunk on a person. I don't understand.
You don't have to worry about who's tall or short on this.
It's a trampoline.
You got to have good legs. And as we know, you know who'd be great at this? Softball players, the girls softball players, huge thighs.
Somehow, it always comes back.
I'm just saying. Wouldn't they be amazing at jumping?
You're not right.
You're not wrong.
Go over the glass boards in the crowd accidentally.
You have to say
it. We've had to cancel the rest of the slam ball games. Last Toby says Ralph seems like the kind of guy to sit on his couch and catcall his movers. Hey.
You're gonna have a lot of people handing in their 2 weeks notice before they're done helping you move.
I'm not hearing Ralph tonight.
It just depends who you hire. I mean,
Last Toby says I am 31 and I'll unfriend you if you ask me to help you move.
That just means
I mean, you say that, but like the reason why I was laughing when Jeffrey said you sneeze and you like throw out your back sneezing is like I sneezed and my back got tight like a month ago, and I was like, come on, that 33? Does it really start at 33? That seems really early.
It's coming.
Oh,
it is coming.
You're in trouble.
Moist One says I play slam ball every weekend with my. I'm not reading the rest of this.
There's nothing good.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Dom is short for dominatrix, right? Yeah, I'm not reading the rest of that text.
No, sir.
Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, did you just ask a 16-year-old to write something down? He said, come on, I'm cracking up over here.
He has a notebook with things written down right now.
When's the last time he had a pen in his hand?
Earlier today.
I got respect for this kid. He's got a pencil.
He got a pencil. Yeah, it's number 2.
He admits
eraser and everything.
With the teeth marks in it and all.
Yeah, he admits he can't spell. That's why he has to erase stuff. And what is? You're freaky, aren't you? Do your friends be like, what the hell, dude? With the pen and the pencil and the paper?
Yeah, everyone's like the mechanical pencil, and I'm like, man, my eraser's gone. I'm working so hard, man. What are you guys doing?
Jeez, he's flexing on him with the number 2.
With the number 2.
The number 2 pencil.
Which is the only kind that you flex with.
I mean, when's the last time any of us ever used a pencil?
I do. When I was drawing up some schematics for some rewiring and stuff, I was just like using a pencil.
Did you ever play pencils? Do you remember that game?
Oh yeah,
Really?
whack. Yeah.
Did you know
Right,
that
right,
game,
on, right
Keon?
on the knuckles.
No. You have a pencil you line up and you hold it,
Right.
and the other guy comes
Try
and
to-
smacks it.
Try
to break it. You just get a turn until it breaks.
Snap, trying to break
That
each
was a
other's
very
pencils.
popular game when Jeffrey and I were growing up with the dinosaurs and stuff.
Right.
I mean,
What
that's-
Ralph is trying to say is we had no iPads and we had
no cell phones, no
nothing.
iPads.
We were very bored.
The
And
the girls were all very plain.
well, I went to Mesa Mountain View. No, the girls were fine. It was
I went-
okay. It was okay over there.
I went to Catholic school, so it was.
Oh, it was all boys.
Yeah, it was all boys. My high school was all boys until my senior
I
year.
wonder who's asking about trans.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Moist One says, chewing on a big number 2, huh? Big OBJ fan. What? Boomer Sooner. That was probably I just moving on. Yeah, that's a no. Blissful Hayes says, stay off prescription drugs. Yeah, they'll kill an MFer. That was the advice for you, Jason. They'll kill an
More
MFer.
good advice from Fourth Dimension.
Yeah. Is trampoline basketball as cool as pickleball?
Well, seeing as how pickleball isn't cool
in a block Blissful Haze, I
At
think
all.
I'm so damn close.
in
Have you
any
watched-
way.
Have you watched it lately?
What?
I
Pickleball?
Yeah.
I look, it was on the ESPN in January, so
Why
I
do you
gave
hate
it a
yourself?
chance for about 15 minutes. It's less interesting tennis.
Ooh, here's a good question. Pringle says, when does slam pickleball start?
Oh,
I would watch that.
You know, here's
Now,
my
you
version.
got the trampolines going with the pickleball. Now
That would
there
be
might be
cool.
something there.
I'm just gonna go to a real pickleball court and start slapping people.
Well, have you seen the pickleball with the glass boxes?
What?
Have you seen that?
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's actually a thing.
Wait,
Like, that's
no,
sand
explain
pickle.
how this works.
For
Jake.
COVID?
It's pickleball in a glass box, and the ball goes off of the walls, and they can still play it.
It's called racquetball.
I was gonna say,
No. I'm telling you, it's pickleball, but it's like there's a net and everything. I'm telling you, it's basically slam pickleball.
Ralph,
So you
he's
put them in
tell- he's
you put
telling
them in a
us.
fish tank and you play pickleball.
Yes, exactly. So there's no roof.
It's fish tank
I'm
pickleball.
afraid to Google this. Is there 2 girls? Is there a cup involved? I don't want to Google something that's
No.
going to get me in trouble.
Does sound cool.
Okay.
Google it at your own risk. I'm just
Glass
telling you that's what I've seen. I'm
box
just telling you that's what I've seen.
pickleball.
Google it.
Was this born in COVID?
No, I just saw this on like YouTube like a week ago.
Yeah.
It's in my pickleball feed.
You got to turn up your mic, by the way.
You have a
Do I need
pickleball
to?
feed?
There we go. No, I don't have pickleball
Okay,
feed.
I
do
just
play- I play
I
with
was,
my
I
family.
was deeply concerned for about half a second.
My family plays pickleball.
This is sad. The
Can't
most
really want.
excited Jason's been since he's been doing this today is talking
pickleball.
about this.
Talking about pickleball.
Do you know anything about sports?
Except for pickleball,
Yeah.
hockey, no.
Jesus
no,
Christ, what have
unfortunately
we
not.
done?
Yeah.
Licky Lips Johnson. I don't want to read that. I can't even read that anyways. You made it dirty, man. You made it dirty. It says it's very hot outside. What's the temperature? Anybody know? Where the hell's Randy when you need him?
97.
Well, that's not too bad.
For here, definitely. In
Licky Lips
June,
Johnson, that doesn't mean it's hotter than the devil's anything. So,
and not at 97. That's just regular hot.
tonsil hockey, no moist one. You know what? I'm not. Leave him alone.
The glass room thing, that's paddle tennis, is what it's called. And it is just pickleball in a glass.
But it's actually called paddle tennis.
It's pickleball on a racquetball court is what it is. I just saw it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't play enough racquetball to know if that's.
Yeah, it's a racquetball court, and they just put a net in the middle of it. They're playing pickleball.
Navy Devil wants to know if anybody watched Tag on ESPN.
Tag.
Yeah, like actual Tag.
I mean,
The movie was kind of fun, but
they had it on when they had the Ocho day that they do, but I didn't watch it.
Flappy Mac says smacking your knuckles with a comb and spinning your arm around real hard for about 30 seconds and making tiny blood trails down your fingers. 1970.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
All
not
right.
disturbing.
It's turning into a Friday show, but listen, that's 2 hours down and 1 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you have an IRA or 401k, please listen closely. My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. Throughout my career, let's just say I've been in some hairy situations. And I believe right now, the biggest threat facing Americans is they need to protect their wealth, which is exactly what I'm doing for my wife and 6 kids. And I believe the ultimate safe haven is physical gold and silver. You can protect your hard-earned retirement assets with a tax-free loophole that allows you to convert your retirement into physical gold and silver. The folks I use are Advantage Gold, and believe me, I've investigated the heck out of all types of people. Advantage Gold is the nation's highest rated gold company. They have the best process, pricing, and service. If you want to get your free gold and silver investment kit, please contact Advantage Gold right now, and you'll see how easy it is to protect yourself with precious metals. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get the ultra smooth, ultra powerful iPhone 11 for $49.99.
He didn't stutter.
See every angle with dual cameras,
Make it a double.
all on America's largest 5G networks.
Large and in charge, baby.
Get with the power of Boost and get the iPhone 11 for $49.99.
That's half a Benjamin.
Boost Mobile.
Unleash your power.
ID verification required. New customers only at 1 per line. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
Would you like to access some of the equity in your home without refinancing? No reason to refinance and lose that great low rate that you have on your current mortgage. Desert Equity Lending can get you the home equity line of credit you've been looking for. It's fast, it's easy, and it may not even require tax returns. That's right. We can use bank statements to qualify you. Most banks require at least 2 years of tax returns and many other supporting documents. When the big banks say no, we say yes. You can have your home equity line in as little as 15 days. We have a simplified process that helps get you a home equity line of credit in half the time using half the documentation that the big banks require. It's never been easier. Call now, 602-509-3000. That's 602-509-3000. Find out just how easy it is to get a home equity line of credit without jumping through all the hoops at a big bank. Call Desert Equity Lending at 602-509-3000. 602-509-3000. Desert Equity Lending MV 0906989 NMLS number NMLS 173369. Conditions and restrictions apply.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. Broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And Randy ain't here, but we got Ralph with us. We got Keon Rose with us, and Jason's in the control room learning how to do stuff. That's what's going on there. He's learning how to run the board. I got to be honest, he's done much better than we thought he was going to do. At the beginning of the show, it was craptacular. It was a mess. Microphones weren't being turned on. Things didn't make any sense, but he's finally figured it out. He's gotten into a groove, and I think he's doing fine.
Couldn't agree more.
Nobody asked you. Anyway,
well,
just because you got to come in the big room don't mean you get to talk whenever you want, Keon.
Well, I thought that's what the point of being in the big room was.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. I like seeing the facial reactions when I get abusive, when the new people are around. It's always just fun. There's like, oh my God. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. Hey, we have a manly car question from Heavy Metal Maniac. Heavy Metal Maniac is the guy who sells beer at the Diamondbacks games and the Cardinals games and stuff. So that's a working man right there. And I want to make sure we take care of him. But he says, this is a car question. I don't know if you guys can help me out or have any advice, but here's what happens. I'll be driving my car. The car loses power. I turn it back over and it drives. The engine does not come back on and drives fine. I think it means the engine light. There's no warning lights, no check engine light. Anybody have an idea? Well, here's the thing. I'm a little confused when you say you're driving, it loses power. Does it shuts off completely, or just it's like, I need a little more clarity on that. But if you're driving along and the car loses power, I feel like you may have an issue with your electrics, because you need a certain amount of things to make a car go. And even with these new cars, it's spark, air, and gas. And so for you, if you're losing power, not that it shuts off, you're losing power, you might have a clogged fuel filter. If it shuts out completely, but then you're able to get it turned back on, I wonder if you have some corrosion on your battery cables. This is not a very normal thing to have happen.
It could be a lot of things. You could have a fuel pressure regulator starting to go.
Yeah.
If you have is your check engine light coming on? Do you have any codes?
Here's what he says. He says, no, I'm driving. It completely shuts off. Then I turn it back over and it drives just fine.
Turn it back over.
So I feel like there's a short in the electrics when I hear that. It just shuts off completely. But you're right, Ralph. It could also be a clogged fuel filter. He says he took it to a mechanic and they couldn't figure it out. That is the worst thing, man. You got something going wrong with a vehicle, and then you get yourself to the mechanic and it doesn't repeat the problem.
Sounds like he has a wiring harness issue.
What kind of car is that, Heavy Metal Maniacs? Kind of curious what that could be. Is it an older one, a newer one? If it's under warranty, I have more questions. But yeah, that's there's only a certain amount of things that will just completely turn a vehicle off like that. You may have a computer issue. That is another thing with these newfangled cars. That's why I want to know how old this vehicle is. So, but that sucks. But hey, good news is you get it started right back up and you get to go on your way. You're not stuck somewhere. But this is eventually going to be an issue.
Eventually, it's not going to start back up.
Yeah. So it's a 2013 Hyundai Elantra. He says no warranty. I paid cash for the car. Wow. Boy, that's yeah. So I'm going to give you 4 things that could be: computer, fuel filter clog, check all the electrics, your battery, your alternator, make sure all the cables are tight. Not going to shut down for really any other reason outside of maybe then the computer. If you took it to a mechanic, hopefully they put some code readers on it that should have told you if anything failed. So that is a mystery, Heavy Metal Maniacs, and hopefully I helped a little bit there. You know what? I do every time I buy a new car. I always join a group. If you go on the Facebook, you can join. I bet there is a 2013 Hyundai Elantra group.
Looking it up, and I used to actually do automatic trannies for Lincoln Mercury, but if the torque converter is broken or low fluid level in the transmission, the converter will not do its job, and the car will basically shut itself off. So it could be that.
But it wouldn't. In that circumstance, it wouldn't start back up.
It could. You could have a defective TCS or torque converter solenoid as well that would cause that kind of an issue. I think it's an electrical issue. Mm-hmm. I think you need to have somebody who do an electrical diagnosis. TCS solenoid is very possible. There's a lot of things that could be.
And what mechanic did you take this to? If you took it to the people who sold it to you, that's a mistake. You take it someplace else.
Never take it there. Yeah.
Whoever you just took it to, take it to someplace else. There's something going on there. He says they put the code readers on it and there's nothing that came up because there's no check engine light on the car. Well, maybe the check engine light is burnt out. Oh, it blew your minds.
That can happen.
Probably not. That's probably not.
Take the electrical tape off the dash.
I've done that.
A lot of people I know have done that.
I just got tired of seeing that stupid light, so I shut it off. No problem. But yeah, those are the things you might want to look at, Heavy Metal Maniacs, and also look into. If you didn't take it to a dealer, maybe you should take it to a dealer. They can probably do an analysis on that for you better than just a regular mechanic. So anyways, I wish I had more for you, but there's a whole lot more questions that would have to be asked, and well, we're trying to do a show. So let us know how it goes, man. Good luck. And if anybody else listening has any ideas, well, let's see. Pringle has an idea. He says, don't take it to Chapman's. Okay. Lost Toby says, Ralph says he did trannies. King of Kittens says the auto parts store will check for the codes for free. Well, he was saying that there were no codes. So He says, yeah, that's one of the worst feelings ever. You're driving, you hit the gas, you don't have any power, and you're like, my car is dying. Yeah, and you get stuck someplace. That does suck. Tiger Paws says that would royally suck if that car shut down like in the middle of the freeway. Yeah, you should probably avoid freeways for a bit. Yeah, man, I wish I had something better to tell them.
Check your battery cables. If one of them's loose, it could randomly just shut off.
I already said that.
Yeah, that's very common.
I said that. I said check all your cables, make sure they're good and tight.
I didn't hear you.
Have them check that battery too. And Blissful Hayes says, so he has a Kyler Murray in the electronics. Short, yes.
Short, yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, where is this car? And what is the color, make, and model? I want to stay away from that thing when the power brakes go out. Big George says, I wish Napa Mike was still around for these kinds of things. I know, man. We all wish Napa Mike was still around. He was an auto genius, and we miss him every single year. Licky Lips Johnson. No, I'm not reading it. Dick Whiskers says, I'm jealous of the guys who get to play slam ball. Looks like a high flying fun. I'm also jealous of people who are able to light their own farts on fire, though. Dick Whiskers, you just go get yourself a lighter and you too can enjoy the fun.
Just make sure you're wearing pants.
None of my business. I'm not going to be there when it happens. So whatever. Jagdog says, my brother broke the tip off a number 2 pencil in my shoulder when I was a kid. Does Jason have a pencil sharpener? Yeah. Do you walk around with a little pencil sharpener too?
No, I don't.
What happens if your pencil stops being sharp?
It's a useless pencil.
Yeah, I'm in some big trouble then.
Do you have a knife?
No.
Oh my God, this kid.
I know, I'm so boring.
Huh?
I'm so boring.
No, I was thinking worthless.
Wilbur.
Wow. Well, no, I mean, your pencil breaks, then what?
Pencil's worthless.
Wilbur says, do you remember volleyball? That was volleyball inside of a racquetball court. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We used to play all sorts of versions of that when I was a kid. Thundar the San Barbarian says, Manfred's going to have to do something to fix this. Now, that's funny, Jeffrey. I heard you say that. That made me laugh. As a Dodger fan, well, Ralph, explain to Jeffrey about Manfred, and fixing things.
Yeah, he doesn't fix anything. He's a joke.
I know that.
Joke.
If he's sobered up all of a sudden, maybe, who knows what could happen.
Well, for however long it lasts.
Robert from Surprise says, the Dodgers are playing the Asterix today. What's the over-under on hit batters?
Yeah, those teams have changed so much since 18, 19, whatever it was. But
has a lot of that started to follow the players around?
It has followed a couple of the players, some of the key players around, absolutely. But I think overall, the two teams Dodgers fans are going to give them a lot of crap tonight, but it's not what it was.
Paula 51 is on the text line. Says, hey there, Jeffco. Got a Mustang. It's an 03, and it's making a clanking noise coming from the trunk. Oh, wait. Is this the right show? Well, you might want to throw some water back there for whoever you've kidnapped. I think that's the problem. Blissful Hayes says, how about trampling basketball with fireworks shooting out the players' keisters? What are you talking about? Why
would you want to see that? I
think we're missing out on. Yeah, we got to start watching boat racing. Oh, some stuff is that there's some killer whales attacking some boats in a boat race. The World Ocean Race. I've never heard of it. But I guess the crew of the ocean race team, JAJO, had some orcas trying to eat their boat. They were just coming at them and just like, I'm wondering if the orcas had something to do with that old submarine. No, I'm serious.
I'm not going to put it past them.
I'm just saying
they are organized and they are attacking things on purpose.
Depends how down they were.
If they went after this thing as it was going down, and then they swim away laughing because they just took out a bunch of the stuff off the back. Who knows what? But this Dutch yacht was attacking its rudder. These whales were jumping and trying to nibble on the rudder there. They're called killer whales for a reason, people. If I thought I was going to see some whale eating somebody, I might watch some of this racing. How often does this happen?
The killer whale attacks?
Yeah.
Lately? A lot.
I mean, specifically on the yacht racing.
On the yacht racing, I don't know because I don't watch it.
And by the way, Jason looks like somebody who'd be on the deck helping out at one of these yacht races for the Dutch, actually. Yeah.
Teammate's name is Landon.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They're like, here. Well, what did you do? Well, we took down the sails and we slowed the boat down. And after a few attacks, it went away. Why would you slow down?
I know, right?
Maybe speed up. Try
Maybe
to
harpoon
outrun
them.
it. Oh, they should always have a harpoon on board.
Yeah, start shooting them.
Absolutely right. Damn orca coming at you. And I don't like calling them orcas. They're killer whales. That's what they do. They're whales that kill. You know?
Everybody thinks the killer whale's like Shamu. That's the problem.
Nobody's thinking about all the poor seals, are they?
And you can ask some former SeaWorld employees how nice working with Shamu was. It wasn't.
Well, I was on the killer whales side on that, man.
You
put the killer whale inside. It's like, well, it's go time. I'm fighting for my freedom.
And they're pretty smart. And at some point, they just get tired. I'm done doing your little tricks. And then the killer whale reminds you why killer is in the name.
Yeah. They'll drown you. They'll beat you, whatever. But see, now these are not SeaWorld, justified killer whales. These are killer whales out in the wild. It's like, hey, what are you coming at my yacht for? Don't you have some seals to go eat, some penguins to go terrorize? What's going on? Why are you coming after us? What's the problem there, orca?
You ever watch those things with seals? And they do slam ball with seals?
Oh my God.
It's pretty funny.
That is
those seals go flying.
I was surprised they have a commercial where they show this killer whale coming up and going, oh, bam. And it's got a big old seal in its mouth. And I'm like, they're just promoting these things like they're cute, and it's murdering a giant seal.
Yeah. I remember the movie Free Willy, and just you're sitting there rooting for the actual killer whale in the movie. Why were we doing that? Why did they teach us that obvious propaganda? Because they're not nice. Also, seals are the worst animal to be because everything kills you
everything eats you
in aggressive ways.
I got a question. Does orca taste good?
Probably mostly fat.
So am I. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, no one's eating you, though. So
get some salt on it and see what we got there. Maybe some orca bacon. I feel like if they're going to start trying to kill us, we need to kill them right back.
So declaring war on the orca.
They're declaring war on us, Ralph. Coming at our Dutch yachtsmen.
Well, I'm not Dutch, and you're not Dutch.
The first orca attack of this year, which is, again, a weird sentence to have to say because there's been multiple of them. The orca got hit by a boat, and the motor hurt the orca. So the orca, they're thinking they're waging war on us because we started it.
Yeah, I think we started it. Ugh. Okay, well, we need to finish it. We didn't mean to, but if this is how it's going to go down,
and we can't speak orca, so we can't
tried to apologize, but for some reason, Blissful Hayes says it's called nature. Baker's Cocky Hen says, hey, is that Jason kid from Gilbert or Mesa? What you really want to ask him is what ward? Big George says, how about submarine racing? Is that a sport? Don't. Well, I mean, if you're racing horizontally, just stop it.
Oh my God.
Lost Toby says, I miss Car Talk. What a great show. Yeah, Mike always had great information for everybody. Pink Eye says, the problem with that dude's car is it's a Hyundai. Well, I think that there's probably more to it than just that. Tiger Paw says, so is this kind of like us invading their territory, but yet they're the ones that should get killed?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So I saw something post up. It's not shark-infested waters. They live there.
Well, it's still infested.
It's still infested, yeah. I mean
shark infested or whale infested or
land is people infested. But
well, once the shark can figure out how to come on land and take us on, it's on, man. Let's do this. I'll fight a shark. If I'll fight a zebra, I'll fight a shark.
That'd be cool.
Wilbur says, Jeffrey, that's the problem. We've been killing killer whales for a long time, and now they're finally just getting us back. Wait, how are we killing killer whales?
Probably like off the coast of Alaska and stuff. I mean, a lot of that happens.
Do we eat them? I thought I was just kidding.
They used the blubber and stuff. They used it for oils, for candles and other things. And yeah, that's a big controversy. Remember 20 years ago with the Native Americans that would go out and
try not to pay attention.
No, okay.
Number one Rattlers fan says a lot of illegal sushi it's made out of orca. Where do you get illegal sushi? Like the gas station sushi? Is that what you're talking about?
Circle K sushi, of course.
Oh, here's a little something for Jason, the new kid. Hey, listen, kid, any chance you get to eat gas station sushi, jump at it. Eat the hell out of that stuff.
Now,
that's the good stuff.
You're assuming I haven't been already.
Yeah, good point.
Well, you would have gone to the bathroom about 6 or 7 times if that had happened.
I think he has, because like when he first came in for the job interview, the first thing he did was run right to the bathroom. I think he came right from some gas station sushi.
Yep.
Baker's Cocky Hens
Works fast.
says, sounds like Heavy Metal Maniac's car is a Hyundai. Oh, see, that would be a 2-minute. We don't have the whistle sound effect, so yeah, that's a 2-minute. Yeah, it's 2 minute. Wiz says animals are in our dominion. Well, see, we're the top of the food chain for as long as we're allowed to be. You know what I mean? So,
because we're animals too.
Up yours, orcas.
Just saying.
That's what I want to get. A bumper sticker says, "Up yours, orcas." Eye Candy says, Jeffrey, what do you mean sharks can come on land? Haven't you watched can't come on land? Have you ever watched Sharknado? I have not seen that documentary just yet. Ooh, how about the Las Vegas Orcas for the new A's franchise? Well, they're landlocked. Again, I think a landlocked team I shouldn't have to explain this to you people. I think it's time to move on to football. Let's do that. After this brief announcement from a bunch of people that I'm not really paying attention to. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Juice Reel, the betting intelligence tool that's making better bettors. Open the App Store and get your hands on Juice Reel. Start betting smarter. Juice, R-E-E-L. Juice Reel. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Atlanta Falcons running back Bijan Robinson is the favorite to win the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. He is plus 300 to claim the award, while Charlotte quarterback Bryce Young is at plus 450. Houston Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud and Indianapolis quarterback Anthony Richardson are both at plus 900. On the defensive side of the ball, Will Anderson of the Houston Texans is plus 400 to win the AP Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jalen Carter of the Philadelphia Eagles is at plus 750. Tyree Wilson of the Las Vegas Raiders is at plus 900. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Give back to Arizona and be part of something bigger than yourself. When you sign up for AmeriCorps, you open a door to make a difference. Serve as a teacher, protect nature, support veterans, or help where your passion lies. Part-time or full-time, student or senior, AmeriCorps is for everyone. Sign up at serve.az.gov. That's serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Just go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here, and I'll be betting the Diamondbacks, of course. And then I'm betting against the Yankees because I hate them. I really, really hate them. So don't miss your chance to snag a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 when you join FanDuel today. Go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and sign up. FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball. 21 plus and present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Let's just talk some football, shall we? Been trying to get to it all damn day. Here we are. Not much show left. I'm a little confused by something. And I'm trying to, I like to dig down and try to get the realness of certain things. The story has been that Kyler Murray's off-season has been a good one. Well, he's just rehabbing from an injury, so how good can it really be? But they're like, oh, no, he's here. Gannon is like, yeah, Kyler Murray is he's the first one in the building, and he's the last one to leave. And I get to spend a lot of time with him during, OTA periods, see how he's doing. And you could tell he's really locked in, and he's itching to get back out there. And I got to tell you something. Seems like every time, and I'm not saying just us on this show, but I'm just saying when the public starts to say, wow, he looks disconnected, he doesn't care about his team, he's paying attention to social media. So then he suddenly is trying to make visible adjustments. Now, these visible adjustments can mean nothing. Like when we said, yeah, he's just sitting there by himself, he's not talking to the other players. A week or two later, he's up there trying to rah-rah his players and talk to the players. And, so these disconnects and stuff, and even the players, if you read between the lines, Colt McCoy said something. He says, yeah, he's been really great in meetings. This is all new for all of us. Oh, wait a minute. Wow. Really?
That's pretty wow.
Yeah. And so little comments and little pieces of information through there. I remember watching this show called Lie to Me. It was some fella, and he could tell micro expressions and little phrases and stuff
from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, that guy, Tim Roth. Yeah, there you go. And so even DJ Humphries he's like, oh yeah, this is great. I love having him around. He's funny guy. What? He's a funnier guy than he puts off. Hey, he's got a lot of cool guy calm there, right? That he puts out into the world. But you get him by himself, he's actually pretty funny. He's hilarious. Well, for DJ Humphries, I think you could do the removable thumb trick and he'd be amazed, if you know what I'm saying. And so, everybody is just stepping up and saying, Kyler Murray, oh my God, what is the leader? What of this? What of that? And, I don't buy the sincerity of Kyler Murray. We've seen the reality of Kyler Murray. We've seen the little pity party, washing my social media of all Cardinals stuff. We've seen the tantrums. We've seen how he's acted on the field. We've seen how he's been. And then every time we criticize, you see a sort of visible correction. But what it doesn't change is he's 4.5 feet tall. And when the season starts and he's not playing and he's healing, oh yeah, he'll get healed. And then we're right back to where we started when he hits that field again for the Arizona Cardinals. I predict a failure. And I got nothing against the guy. I mean, I'm just saying you're doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. Here, every new quarterback comes into the league, and what happens? Well, we're not sure what to do about this guy. And yes, he has talent. Yes, he has athletic ability. But then what happened? He got tackled. He got scared. And then there was a time where you could tell he was playing scared. Then what happened? He got hurt. And then he started to play different than that dynamic Heisman winning player. He started to play about like we expected he would end up playing. And so if the Arizona Cardinals, if you're expecting, boy, when he gets back on the field, this is going to, no, it's not.
And of course, this is not a roster with a ton of talent to help him either. So
less now than before.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why, that over under for the Cardinals is at what, 4.5 games. It's because they're bad. And even if Kyler were out there, he wouldn't be able to fix that by himself if he could fix it. I I don't know to believe what all the changes that everybody's saying. That
Rondale Moore says he's been great in my eyes. Listen to that sentence. He's been great in my eyes, meaning in other people's eyes, he has not been. But Rondale Moore, a guy who'd kind of like to catch a pass, please. He's been great. I don't see the sincerity.
I don't think there's any way to know. And I think that's the thing. And Kyler's kind of done this to himself. But anytime you are a person who has some kind of shortcoming or failing, and then people point it out to you, and then you try to change, you actually have to do it for a long period of time to earn people's trust. That's just part of how it works.
Well, we know what Kyler Murray is. It's no secret here. We know what he is. He's not a leader. He's not a great quarterback in the NFL. He's got no pressure on him right now because he's sitting there. He's just rehabbing. He doesn't have to go make the throws or do anything to impress the coaches right now. These guys, most of the guys in this team, there's probably a lot of new guys. He's probably the best of the worst because there's really not a lot of talent there anymore. So he can maybe walk around a little bit thinking he may be the guy. But the reality is he's trying to set himself up to be the good guy to get to the next team he's going to get to because he knows he has no future here, period.
Yeah. It's not a good future for the Arizona Cardinals. It really,
they're starting over. I mean, for me, it's a fine future given the fact that they know what they're doing. You hire a new GM, you hire a new head coach. They're not attached to anybody in this organization, and that includes Kyler. He's not an exception to that rule. So it's easy right now to be the guy that impresses the coaches.
Can I tell you how easy it is? If I had the kind of contract guaranteed damn money he had, I could be very, even the most serious a person can get giggly. You know what I'm saying? If they win the damn lottery. And that's what Kyler Murray's done. He's won the guaranteed money lottery.
I just want to know, Kyler gets healthy. He's back out there on the field and they're struggling. What Kyler do we see? That's what I want to know. Because if we go back to the old Kyler, pouting Kyler, dude alone on the end of the bench, Kyler can't have a good word for any of his teammates. Hey, we're down 10 points, but you know what? It's actually the middle of the third quarter and we've got a shot here. If we go back to that Kyler, then I don't believe it.
He can rah-rah all he wants. He doesn't have the targets. He doesn't have the ability. I don't think he has the ability to carry a team like a Lamar Jackson does.
He doesn't have to necessarily have that ability. I do think the Cardinals need him to show some ability, though.
They need to not play him
because they do.
They need to get rid of him.
Somebody needs to see him first, though, before you get rid of him.
Right.
He's got to look
Tilt
a little.
the camera down.
I don't care what you got to do, but you can't not play him because you're not going to have any takers unless he plays and he at least shows something. He doesn't have to be great, but he's got to show something so he's got to show.
I don't think you have to. I hear what you're saying, and I kind of agree with you. But to me, I don't play him. I let him pretend he's a leader on the sideline because it's purely pretend, and let him people think, oh, maybe this guy's changed.
Yeah.
Because honestly, he's just sitting there because this is Caleb Williams' team the year after.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. It pains me to say it. But it's Caleb Williams' team coming in. They're going to build around Caleb Williams and try to build a power. It's not with Kyler Murray. Just have him do a little dog and pony show on the sidelines.
Tell him that too. Tell him, hey, listen, you are auditioning for your next job. So you do play the part. And that's what he's doing right now.
Yep.
Play the part the best you can. We're not going to put you on the field. So that way you're in good position and good condition when the next team decides to bring you over to them. And then after that, God be with you.
Yeah, you're somebody else's problem. But I do agree with Ralph. It is. I think we are on the track where this is going to be Caleb Williams' team. But I do think he needs to show something. We are living in a world where people actually saw Carson Wentz play football twice and gave him an opportunity. Kyler doesn't have to set the world on fire. He just needs to show, okay, he can still throw a little bit. He can still move a little bit.
Check this out. You've got a giant screen in front of you.
It's very big.
I know. We got new screens in the
very
studio.
Large screen.
They are massive.
It's
hurting my face. Look up what the last game is on the Cardinals schedule for me, please. 888-368-1580. Erectinator says, Jeffrey, I've got annoying noise in my car too. No, it's only Ralph. Bala 51.
Damn.
That was funny.
I'm sorry. I credited that to Rectinator. My screen just restarted. It was actually Bala 51 that said
it was funny because it didn't sound like Rectinator usually not funny.
Yeah, I was going to say that's even better. Let's see here. Bala 51 says, so is hello there, Jeffro. Okay. My screen is doing weird things. Stand by. King Kiss the Cook says Norwegians are putting barcodes on their battleships so they can scan the Navy in. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's a 5 minute. In fact,
maybe
don't
10.
even text in the rest of this segment.
Game misconduct.
Just yeah.
Big
It's a
George
flagrant one.
said we should bring all those orcas to that Odyssey arena right there in Scottsdale. Teach them a lesson. See how they do in the desert.
That's funny.
Swave Dave says, happy Friday, everybody. He'd like a shot and a beer, please. Yeah, pour him up there. Heavy Metal Maniac says, say, Ralph, how does it feel to be in third place in the division? Go Diamondbacks.
It feels fine.
Dude was just trying to help you fix your car, Heavy Metal Maniacs.
Well, now I'm going to say, because you got a 2013 Hyundai, just be quiet.
Also,
buy a real car.
Last game on the
no, go ahead.
I was going to jump in there. Last game on the schedule for the Cardinals is the Seahawks. So it's not great.
Well, you ain't going to win that game.
Yeah,
it's not great.
What about the game before that?
Game before that is the Eagles.
Well, okay, game before that. I mean, what's
the Bears?
What month? What day are those games?
That last one is to be decided because, of course, the division games are always.
Are we talking
January 7th?
Oh,
then the
okay.
Eagles is December 31st. Bears is December 24th.
He should not play. They're crazy if they play him at all. Because here's the thing. Here's the excuse. Well, he was rehabbing. He's not ready. Because that's usually got like a year on that injury. And he hurt himself in December.
If he gets hurt in one of those games,
even worse.
Now you're screwed.
Got nothing.
Yeah, look,
and he's got money.
I guess if you're just not worried about the return, just get him out of here.
Yeah.
Then fine, don't play him.
If you have Caleb Williams locked in by that, those last weeks, you're not going to do anything to mess that up. So God forbid he gets in there and actually has a good game and you win a game.
Well, yeah.
I could still get rid of him.
Now you want to get people pissed at him. They're going to be really pissed at him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Drake May is really good. But if you have the chance at Caleb Williams and wind up with Drake May, you're not going to be thrilled about it.
No, you'll be pissed.
Booger Wolf says it's hard for a Seahawk fan to fly because they're a bunch of turkeys. All right, there's another 2 minute. It's just dumb. That was just dumb. Historian says, historically speaking, the pill became available on this date back in 1960. And yet we still end up with Ralph. I guess. Blissful Hayes says, I agree with Jeffrey. Kyler was very confident early in his career. Then he got hit. Then he realized NFL defenders were just as fast. Now he plays scared. He wants to figure out a way to continue to get paid that $230 million without actually having to play it down. Random texter says, I have an annoying car in my a noise in my car. It's Raven Kid.
Now that I believe.
Mr. Pringle says, when did Cardinals get Caleb Williams? Did I miss something?
Next year.
Yeah, it's
I mean, unless
likely
the Cardinals and Jonathan Gannon is like the second coming of Vince Lombardi and coaches them to 8 wins they're not supposed to get. They're getting Caleb Williams, man.
Yeah. Hefty Lefty says, new guy has quite the flow. The hell does that mean?
Hair.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Then he said, you a laxer, new guy? Laxer? What the hell's a laxer?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Or
are you asking if he relaxes his hair? Because what? And why are you using slang for these things that you could just type in English?
I guess I couldn't expect more from somebody who said, there's 8 American Pie movies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Do you have the whole DVD set?
You absolutely know he does. You know that he does.
Big George says the Diamondbacks are about to have their biggest test of the season, facing the red-hot San Francisco Giants. If the Diamondbacks take 2 of 3 from these guys, I think it's safe to say the Diamondbacks are actually for real. Ralph, since the Diamondbacks are playing the Giants, will you be a Diamondbacks fan this weekend?
First off, didn't the Giants just lose 10-0 yesterday?
Oh, who'd they lose to there?
I don't know. I have to look.
Hold on.
I thought they got killed yesterday.
To the Padres.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the win streak is over.
Win streak is over, but
To the
still,
Padres.
it's you win 10 in a row. Still pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. They're playing better over their heads. I hope they go back and forth all weekend and beat each other up. I really, That's what I would pull for as a Dodger fan. Not one or the other, just a sweep, but more of a beat up session between the two.
I hope the Dodgers lose every game this weekend.
Well, the Dodgers are going to have a tough series against Houston. I mean, no doubt.
I hope the Dodgers decide to disband the entire club and just leave, the Major League Baseball completely.
It's not going to happen. But
I hope they pull up some trucks, and I hope you guys lose your lease. I hope somebody comes and repos. I hope they come and repo the entire team.
I think they own the buildings.
Yeah.
I hope somebody comes and steals the Dodgers, and keeps them like in an airplane hangar up in Canada for a while. That's what I hope.
That's good.
Oh, Hefty Lefty wants to know if you play lacrosse. That's what the LAX Laxer was.
Oh, I see. No, I don't play lacrosse, but I did see it for the first time on TV, and that looks pretty fun, doesn't it?
Yeah,
No, it does. I don't
It
know
looks like fun.
what the hell is going on or who any of those people are, but it did look fun.
Would you play?
That.
I probably would.
Yeah,
but
I can see
I don't
that.
know anything about it, so
I can see him playing lacrosse, polo, one of those things.
Raven Kid says the pill was made in 1960. I don't think that's in time for Ralph to not exist.
I was born in 66.
Damn, Raven Kid. Hey, your Commandos, they have set a closing date, I guess, or a voting date, if you will, for the sale. July 20th. That is the target for the vote. I guess they've let all the owners know, here's the day we're going to do this. It's voting time. And so let's just do this.
Yeah, they've talked to the league. They've gone back and forth with all the meetings, and it looks like they've got all their financial ducks in a row. So now it's all clear for the landing here. Just get that thing done and get Daniel Snyder the hell out of my. Well,
something happens in a very Washington football team way.
Just understand that if on the 20th Daniel Snyder is still somehow the owner of that team, I may not come into work. Might be a day of grieving.
Yeah. What are you doing on July 20th? You just be ready. Hook'em Hottie says Dodgers can't lose because as a Rangers fan, I don't want the Astros winning. Sorry, they're chasing us for first. We don't care about your problems. That's a whole lot of connecting flight to a point. Dodgers can't lose because I'm a Rangers fan and I don't want the Astros winning.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
It's very selfish of you, Hook'em Hottie. It's very selfish. Baker's Cocky Hen says, imagine Willie trying to escape. You're right. Remember Free Willy?
Yeah.
That's the reference right there. Imagine Willie trying to escape from the Vegas baseball stadium. Could be a hell of a movie. Jason can play the kid. His hair is similar. I mean, Big George says, Ralph, you must not be a true Dodgers fan then.
I am, but if the Giants were to sweep the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers sweep the Astros, I mean, that's a big deal for us. I mean, we'll take care of the Giants when we get to them. So you got to be a smart Dodger fan too.
He's trying to split the difference.
You got to remember, because after this series, then we've got the Rockies and the Royals. I mean, so we finally get some easy games. So
Hook'em Hottie, I'm glad she says this because if I say it, I get in trouble. She says it's female logic.
No, it's just selfishness. That's fine.
I think we've just learned who's not married. Keon, you're supposed to let that one play.
What gave it away?
You were not supposed to jump up and say anything right there. You just and then you. All right, let's take a break. We come back. We've got On This Date in Big George's sports history and some more NFL football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, We hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
We're going abroad for the first time in years to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Okay, I'll fess up. One of my favorite parts of 4th of July is finding fun styles for the family to wear. And Kohl's makes it so easy. I found great deals on a cute skirt for me, some button-down shirts for my husband, and adorable shorts and dresses for my kids. Plus, I got us all tees and tanks and saved an extra 20% on everything. So for summer style and savings, get to Kohl's. Select styles, 20% offer ends June 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Next up, straight talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com. Based on most first place rankings, Root Metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
1580 The Fanatic. And at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
It's Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Hey, Ralph, you ever drink that Arizona iced tea?
I have.
It's not even made in Arizona, is it?
I don't think it is. Not that good either.
Oh, really? So I don't drink iced tea. I'll drink breakfast tea. It's called Assam because it's got a lot of damn caffeine in it. I don't like tea, so I pour milk in it. I do it British style.
Oh wow!
But I just do it for the caffeine. Fred did it for the nookie. I do it for the caffeine. But then they say, "Hey, you want some iced tea?" I'm like, "Hell no! It doesn't taste good to me." But if you ever drink the Arizona iced tea, Ken, do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, Squid. I think that's going to be his nickname, Squid. For kid. Come with Squid. Squid, you drink Arizona iced tea?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like tea overall.
Yeah, good. But what do you drink?
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's healthy.
You eat some black licorice, too?
Oh, gosh.
Well, you're drinking
that's the
Dr.
worst.
Pepper.
Oh, come on. You don't like Dr. Pepper, Jeff?
Don't call me Jeff. It's Jeffrey.
Excuse me.
Thank you very much. Back to calling him Squid.
Oh,
sorry, Blaine.
Blaine.
Oh, why did
I go with Blaine?
I got banished to Blaine.
What do you drink there, Ralph?
I actually, when I was younger, I loved Dr. Pepper, but I can't drink that stuff anymore because it's all sugar.
I like Mountain Dew, but I drink.
I drink a lot of water. I don't drink teas or anything. I mean, I just don't. If I want to drink, I love coffee, but I can't have it, so I drink dandelion.
What?
Yeah, it's really good. It tastes just like coffee.
You drink dandelions?
It's called dandy. Yeah, it's a dandelion.
You are a dandy, aren't you?
Stuff. Yeah, but I mean,
I'm your huckleberry.
I just drink water. I don't drink sodas or anything.
That's all right.
You can't. I mean, as you get older, you know that. You're there.
Shut up. Well, here's the reason I brought it up. Arizona iced tea. They came with a alcoholic version now. They do. It won't be 99 cents though. They just came out with this 5% alcohol. It's called Arizona Hard. Anyway, comes in 3 classic flavors: lemon, peach, and green tea. One with the ginseng and honey. Because when you're getting liquored up, you want ginseng.
Yeah, very important.
And I guess they've been selling these in Canada for a few years. So, but now they're rolling them out here in America. So yeah, it's not 99 cents. It's $3.50.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
22 ounces,
$3.50.
Yeah. Is that does that end up being like a Long Island iced tea? Just an Arizona iced tea?
No.
You know what I'm saying? By the way, I'm not going to look at the kid because we shouldn't even be talking about it in front of him. Those things will mess you up. Long Island iced teas are very.
Well, that's
potent.
the thing is they're very delicious, and so you drink them, you don't even feel it.
I've only had them once because usually it's like, give me some whiskey, give me some beer. I just leave the frou-frou drinks out of it for me. But when somebody insisted that, oh, you should have this, I had 2 of them, and usually you can't even ding me with a buzz. I was like, whoa.
Let me tell you something. I make a mean Long Island iced tea.
Those things are serious.
Gonna have to find out about that, Ralph.
Yeah, make those or make a zombie and have you have some of those. Those are good.
What the hell's a zombie?
It's more of a passion drink, but it's called a zombie for a reason. You drink a couple of those and you're on the floor.
If you're getting passionate when I'm there, I don't want to drink it.
You're gonna get passionate with something. I guarantee you.
Not with you, I'm not. Bruno Baller says, I could see amateur drinkers like an Arizona sweet tea with some whiskey. How about you just hold the tea and give me the whiskey? That's all I'm asking. Lost Toby says, that's Mr. Jeffrey of the Jeffries, the third to you, Squid. What?
Then they start attacking them.
I really apologize if that nickname actually sticks.
It's the 4th dimension.
I'll take it, man. That's fine.
What do you think is going to happen?
I'll take it.
He likes it.
I've been called worse. Okay.
You've been called worse. Do you have a girlfriend?
He's in high school. Of course, he's been called worse.
Well, if we offer the same courtesies of the people on the text line, we should offer the same courtesy to Jason. You should be able to get your own nickname. If you don't like Squid, I won't call you Squid.
You can call me whatever you want. Squid is fine.
All right, Buttface.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fine. If they say call me that, then it's
all right,
like
Stanky Shorts.
Wrong answer.
All right, Skid Mark.
Skid Mark.
Hefty Lefty says, Oh yeah. My favorite tailgate drink in college was a gallon of Arizona sweet tea and Jim Beam and honey.
Wow. That sounds fun. I don't know.
He says a fifth of Beam replaces a fifth of tea, and you just walk around with a gallon of whiskey tea right there. He said it was very efficient.
Also, that sounds like a Tennessee Volunteers tailgate. That's just, I don't know how to explain that, except that's what it is.
Lost Toby says, Squid Mark it is. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. King of Kittens says, go Diamondbacks, first place, baby. Suck it, Ralph. Guys, easy. Remember, we weren't going to do this. We weren't going to jinx them.
Keep talking.
Shh. Hookamati says, Jeffrey drinks Long Island. No, I did it once because somebody said, here, try this. And then after that, I was like, don't.
And Jeffrey's food rule. You got to try it once.
She's trying to say I'm more of a woman than she is. You're more of a man than most of these listeners are, Hookamati. Let's see. Random texter says, Jeffrey, you don't like iced tea, but you like an Arnold Palmer. No, I like a Jeffrey Palmer. That's where it's half Sprite, half lemonade. That's totally different. I don't drink tea.
Half Sprite, half lemonade.
Yeah, it's because I didn't want to get too caffeinated.
Is that good?
Like if they didn't have back in the day, if they didn't have Mountain Dew, I'd ask for that. No, it's very good. And now, because I don't drink the Mountain Dew at all, you get some of that Starry and you get some lemonade. It's good. Except for his pink lemonade. I just can't do it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can't do it. Donnie says, happy Friday, boys. Who's that middle school kid you guys hired on the top left of my screen? That's Jason, and we're trying out Squid as a nickname for him. He seems to be okay with it. Blissful Hayes says, is it true Robert Sarver is going to buy the Washington football team and change them back to the Redskins?
Well, obviously not.
No, it's Josh Harris. Just how do you feel about having a guy whose first name sounds like somebody you knew back in 7th grade?
I mean,
Josh doesn't seem like a serious man with billions, does it?
His name isn't Dan Snyder. He could be whatever. I mean, I'm not very picky at this particular point. After 25 years of sadness and misery, I'm okay. Josh works.
You sound like the most abused girl at the bar.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I mean?
Not for long. We're getting out of here, man.
That you know of.
I mean, we'll see on the 20th where I am.
All right, before we run out of time, where's my thing here? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history.
Back in the year 1963, after taking Philadelphia Phillies right-hander Dallas Green deep,
the hell does that mean?
Jimmy Pearsall ran around the bases in the correct order, but backward to celebrate his 100th career home run. The New York Mets outfielder, who thought of the stunt after being disappointed by the lack of attention of Duke Snider's 400th career home run, thought, what the hell?
And he actually did, piss off Casey Stengel, who released him 2 days later.
I would have thrown it at his head next time up.
This is a true story, and I wish Randy was here to, back me up on this. But I did back in 1994. We had this salesman named Dan Beck. Dan Beck went on to be like the big hoo-ha for K-Love Radio or something back, but he's since retired. And but at the time, he was a salesman for us, and he came in talking, I've been running. Bet I could outrun you, Jeffrey O'Brien. I'm like, dude, I could run faster than you backwards than you run forwards. And so he took me up on it. And I bet him I could run a mile backwards faster than he could forward. So we went out to a high school track in Phoenix, and I didn't know for sure if I could, but I did.
Wow.
I actually,
if I were him, I'd never show my face anywhere in public again.
Well, he was also the butt of a lot of my jokes, so he was kind of used to the humiliation, but everybody was very surprised, and I even tweaked my ankle a little bit doing it.
Was he a lot older than you? Or?
Not like a lot. I was like 24, maybe he was 35 or something.
No, you should still be able to win that at 35.
Maybe 40. I don't know.
Running forwards, yeah.
As Squid here can tell you, when you're young, everybody seems ancient. But so I went backwards around the track, and I won, and he was just all kind of red-faced and winded. And the next day, my calves hurt so bad. That was the worst pain, and I felt like I lost, to be honest, even though I humiliated a middle-aged man and won. But that's a true story. So I feel bad for this guy. Well, I don't feel. Yeah, you're right. He should be.
No. That unless that dude was like 70, there's no reason someone's running
70.
I'm saying that's the only acceptable reason to lose that.
I got to find out from Randy how old at that time. He has recently retired.
Was he a big man?
So no, he was just normal size.
Was he in a wheelchair?
No, he was walking around. God, how old was Dan Beck? I wonder.
Crutches?
Did you beat him by a lot?
Oh yeah.
I just don't get that.
I'm sure.
I'm not gonna lie. Around the time that you were lapping me, if that was me losing, I'd have shoved you. Like, there's no way.
I feel like he might have thrown in the towel.
There is no way.
He can't have been much more than 40. Can't have been much more than that. If he's retired now, and that was 30 years ago.
He must have been severely out of shape.
I already don't like losing.
Oh, I was very in shape too, so that kind of balanced it out.
In your 20s in shape, yeah.
Oh, did I also tell you I was on air while doing it, carrying a big, Zach Morris cell phone?
Oh my God!
As I'm running,
there's no way.
And I'm cracking jokes with Randy. I'm like, I just went past Dan Beck again, and he's getting smaller now. It looks like he's getting smaller because I'm so far ahead. It was just
like
majestic.
Losing already sucks. Losing with a handicap like that, there's no way I would have pushed you.
It's making my calves hurt right now just thinking about it. Pringle doesn't believe me, but Randy will back it up. He says there's no way that is true. He's a 0% chance that's true. It's absolutely true. Randy will back me up on it when he comes back. Moist One says, I like to round the bases too backwards, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Lost Toby says Long Island is 4 liquors. I don't know. How's that a woman drink? He says, I like a John Daly. That's half sweet tea, vodka, half lemonade. You sound drunk now, Lost Toby.
He's probably been drinking them this whole time.
Hefty Lefty says, so do you get lemon up at In-N-Out, Jeffrey? What? Lemon up? He says that?
Yeah, 7-Up and lemonade.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I would, but when I go through there, I don't like to get weird. Just give me my hamburger and my fries. I don't think I even get drinks there. Yeah. Bruno Baller says, is it okay if I hope there isn't a game 3 and you guys are on air Monday, yeah, I guess it's okay. I mean, you can feel whatever you want to feel, but we're hoping this thing goes 3 and we see you back on Tuesday. I don't know. And I'm not reading whatever you're saying right now in Spanish, Las Toby. All I know is it ends in tequila. I'll just give you that right there. And no, the old man Beck did not have a broken leg. It's not true. I did on this date in sports history, George. That's the second time you've missed it when I've done it. Stop asking. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. And we will see you maybe Monday, definitely Tuesday. Something's happening at 3 o'clock. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all